I'm starting to get a little. I mean, honestly, right now, I shouldn't say don't, but I wouldn't be happy with the Will Johnson pick there. Same thing that Clayton just said about Shamar. Don't like the production. I don't think we'd have to worry about Shador. Good Lord. Other than maybe Josh Connerly and maybe a Simons, I like pretty much everybody that's left in that whole grouping right there. You could even talk me into Emilio if Amarian Hampton's the pick at 23. Yeah. I'd slap you, but then I'd give you a hug right after.
Because
you know what I mean?
We talked about it, right? We talked about the running back. I'm telling you, at some point we got to pull the trigger on one. But you know what? Man, if we have 4 spades on the board and they still pull the trigger on like a Maxwell Harrison, you know what I mean? Like they have how many 30 visits that are still sitting there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of them in the top 30, and they really might just go outside of that.
You know what? You guys know I don't want to give Daryl any love, but he has been saying for a long time that Harrison's his guy. I wonder, Daryl, did you happen to see that Emilio has already met your boyfriend and he got to take a picture with him? They looked real good. They had each other's hands in each other's pockets. Like,
it
was kind of weird.
I was asking him if he wanted a reunion with Carrington. He said no. He said he'd be all for it. So I'm totally for that too, man. That would be a good time.
That would be fun. Whew. I tell you what, man. iRock saying this is a legendary day for the city of Appleton. Fun fact, I was born in Appleton. Also, so was Willem Dafoe. The more you know.
How did you know that?
Because I was born there, man.
Hold on, man. Was that the dude from Amityville?
He played from Boondock Saints. He was the Green Goblin.
I was thinking of the serial killer from Amityville.
There are a lot of serial killers from Wisconsin.
Somebody say serial killer? Yeah. No, I'm talking about a Disney actor. What the hell are you talking about, Clayton? Unbelievable. Man.
I think Wisconsin has more serial killers per capita than any other state, though, if I'm not mistaken. So
they're leading the power rankings. Oh man! See if anything's changed. Nothing so far. So again, let's do a quick recap of let's just do the last 5 picks. Is that cool? The last 5 picks were Colston Loveland, tight end out of Michigan, Michael Williams, edge defender out of Georgia. They're out of control. Tyler Booker, interior offensive lineman from Bama, Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle from Michigan, and Ty Warren, tight end from Penn State.
Yep.
Dude, we're just learning. We're learning. We're having fun tonight. We're getting a little bit of history. Doug's letting us know that Houdini was also from Appleton. You know?
Okay. Really? I didn't know that.
That's pretty cool.
Nobody knows for sure because when they tried to find him, he disappeared. Right? Nobody.
Jacob, I make cannolis disappear, okay?
He really does.
It's not all I hear.
Oh, no, Jacob. You walked right in. Actually, you backed right into that.
Oh, boy. All right. Let's get this back on the track here. Mike Green sounds like he's going to take it off.
Right? Yeah, tell us. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Erroneous. Oh boy.
Is it Mike Green? The Falcons?
What is it?
I've been hearing nothing but Mike Green in every mock for the last 10 years. Rick Kruger says, I'm having so much fun, I'll need plastic surgery to get the smile off my face. I'll also need plastic surgery, but it's for a different issue from the Oval Office. They don't grease the poles. That could be a big problem. It's a big problem.
It's an investment into your career. Mm-hmm. What are y'all playing over? What is that?
Emilio, you're getting called out.
Number 1 factor.
Oh, yeah. Too old for this is asking the true questions, Jacob. Do you see that in the chat? We need to know.
What did he say? Where is it? Asked.
Be careful with too old for this.
Yeah, you do. Daryl says there isn't 15 million serial killers in Alaska. What's wrong with you? Well, that may be true, Daryl, but I know there's one.
And if you don't know who he is, Daryl,
right
guess what?
Oh my goodness! What did I miss? Only gone
And-
for.
That's right.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, seriously. Prince says, "Where are the ladies to come get control? Just squirt."
Where's
squirt us
Mrs.
with like
Green?
a-
Mrs. Green just left. She said, "I'm done with this." She went home, didn't she? She's like, "I'm out."
She tapped out for the day.
She said, "I'm gonna go
she's
read a
tired.
book and try to save the brain cells." So, in the
Too old for
meantime-
that. Is Tim related to Mike Green? Only if he becomes a Packer for some reason. Then we're going to be brothers.
Or when he gets that signing bonus. Don't
That's right,
forget,
right.
related.
Oh, John Smith with the hard info here. The most states with the most serial killers. Number 1, Alaska, Daryl. Number 2, Nevada. Number 3, California. I mean, that just makes
California.
sense. California is a bankrupt.
We did have one. We did have a listener live from California earlier. What was his name? Oceanside Edward Hunt. I added him to the list of fans we have that have given us their location. Marlboro Jack from Argentina, Paul Smith from China, and Oceanside, California, Edward Hunt. We do need to get a map put together one day of all these.
And AFAM live from Kansas City.
We don't even need to put that on the board.
Number 1 Chiefs fan.
Dude, Daryl says, "LOL, I'm no serial killer, Jake. How do you know?" Or whatever when they do it. And then Daryl says, "Daryl, that's exactly what a serial killer would say." And Specor just
King
says
Tron?
exactly what a serial killer would say.
I didn't
Daryl.
know King Tron was from Buffalo. That's where come on, King Tron. You don't like Sean Dolak? Come on now. That's the alma mater right there.
Hmm.
Well, you know, Emilio. King Tron's from Buffalo, Clay. Let's go.
Let's go. Well, did we get any? I feel like it's been a while since we got a pick. Do we got any
Yeah, no,
news?
they're. I'm sure they're just playing a song over there at the stadium. They got the concert, the live concert
much-
coming out.
We're showing 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock for the Falcons. What are you seeing?
I'm saying 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock.
Okay, so you're a little
Okay, you paid your internet bill. Good for you, Jacob.
My guinea pig's running hard, baby. Had to get away from that dude.
The board is looking good currently here. Let's see. We have the top player on the vertical board available, Will Johnson. Second would be James Pierce, and then Shamar Stewart, Jahdae Barron, Shadur, Mike Green, and Walter Nolan. On the horizontal board, we currently have everybody gone from tier 1 and tier 2. There's been 3 picks out of tier 3, which was Colson Loveland, Kelvin Banks, and then Kenneth Brandt. Michael Williams was in the 4th tier, and then the only tier that has hit the 5th would be Tyler Booker, according to the horizontal board.
Booker.
You barely know it.
Hardly know.
Give me one of those cannolis you're hiding over on the border.
Negatron.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
I'm starving.
I'm good. I've already had 3. I've caught up.
Oh boy. All right. The board. People are saying the board's in good shape. I agree.
Not bad.
It's looking all right.
Jacob, are you marking yours down too, Jacob? With
Marking
a
what?
little Sharpie on your board or a little Expo marker?
Yes, I am.
Attaboy.
Although I'm using permanent marker because I know that magic erasers exist and they can take anything away. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
good luck with that.
Was Ty Warren the last pick? Like we've been sitting here for 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're waiting on Atlanta. They've been
they
Atlanta literally is trying to get a trade or something. They're
I was
running
going
out
to
of
say,
time.
are they
I
working?
think they showed a 63-year-old Tom Cruise doing his last Mission Impossible trailer for like 3 minutes. So I'm sure they paid for that.
Is he still alive?
He's
Pick
Yeah.
is in.
let's go.
Man, where did they find those Falcons? I didn't see anybody wearing a Falcons jersey when we were there.
Jalen
Not one
Walker.
person.
There he is, Jalen
Ooh.
Walker.
Jalen Walker.
Ryan was right. That was Ryan
Falcons.
said that.
And he played for Georgia, right? So
Mhm.
there you go.
Not too far from home. 32 on the vertical board. with a 27-8 tier 2 player. PFF Big Board had him 34. Consensus had him 16.
So this is what's going to happen. The board is going to be littered with some of our favorite prospects.
Mm-hmm.
And Goody's going to select someone in the 40s. It happens every year.
Seriously.
And we all act surprised. It's going to happen. You watch.
It's coming.
I'd be okay with a first round reach on Jaden Higgins. We'll take it.
That would be exciting. Those cannolis are good, man. You crushed them.
They are absolutely fire.
Biz 1987 says Scientology's keeping Cruz young. Something is.
Hey, man, you ever get a chance, pop onto a documentary about Scientology.
That's a rabbit hole you're not going to get out of.
Yeah, it'll star the girl. It'll star the wife from King of Queens, and then she'll just be like, "You don't even want to know."
She went in there and slapped everybody, didn't she?
Yeah. Huh? All right.
We're at 5,184 live viewers. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. Hit that like button, retweet if you're on Twitter. Also, hop over to YouTube if you're on Twitter. Be a part of the conversation here in the YouTube chat. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. We appreciate y'all making us part of your evening here.
Absolutely. Can't wait, man.
So looking at who's available right now, let's take away Walter Nolan, take away Igbuka. Who are you picking here if you had your druthers?
All right. Without Igbuka and without who?
Nolan. You can't take him.
You can't take them.
You take the ball of clay into Mars Stewart and you throw him in the kiln in Lambeau.
I'll take Derek Harmon.
I was going to say Derek Harmon.
Tell you, boys, if the injuries check out, give me Will Johnson, the best corner in the draft.
How far does Jihad Campbell have to fall before you say, gimme?
I'd be okay with Jihad Campbell at 23.
Yeah.
He's a dog. When he's going to miss some time with that torn labrum, but he is a dog.
But he came into Alabama as an edge rusher.
As
They
an edge
asked
rusher,
him.
and you look at Jalen Walker, right? He didn't do either all that great, in my opinion. Jihad Campbell was a great edge defender, and he was a great stack back.
Yeah.
Like he's done them both.
Yep.
I would have taken Jihad Campbell over Jalen Walker, but obviously Jalen Walker's got, I think, a little bit better physical tools, and they're going to use him as predominantly an edge defender. I think everybody's come to the realization that Jihad Campbell's a better stack back.
Yep.
Although he is a good edge defender. So yeah, I'm with you. I understand what you're saying. Sure.
Arizona on the clock.
Who is Arizona going to go with here, Jacob? What are you thinking, man? Arizona Cardinals. Do they go Will Johnson here, man?
I don't know. I was going to say they definitely need some help in the secondary. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I see Jahdae Barron flash, though, if they're worried about that Will Johnson injury.
Oh, here we go, Rick. Rick's talking about it. Are we going to see Hampton come off the board? Give him a little bit of help? Dude, Jacob, that's what we need, though. We get another running back to come off. Did you watch that video, Travion Henderson, I sent you?
No, I did not.
When you next time you kill the cam, watch that video. I need to know if you like him.
The only thing worse than them not watching a video, Jacob, is when you send a buddy a video, it's like 2 minutes long, and they instantly laugh at it. It's like,
You're like,
you haven't had time to watch it.
that.
What are you doing? Why are you lying? Unbelievable.
Oh, funny. I guess, Nick is trying to set you straight here, Emilio. He says, are we forgetting about Marshawn Lloyd if he ever sees the field?
I'm not forgetting about Marshawn Lloyd, but we also took a running back the year prior to Marshawn Lloyd, and then we took Marshawn Lloyd.
It's true.
Remember, what was his name? Lou Nichols?
Yeah, he didn't make it.
I thought he was going to be great.
You did.
Rounder,
I remember. You were standing on the table for him.
Yeah.
You know who's still on the team, though, Jacob? Travis Glover is. So
this is going to be
let him play running back. Let's go.
at 23. It's going to be Matthew Golden or Maxwell Harrison.
That's what you're saying?
I mean, it just feels like that would be, to me, Maxwell Harrison, according to our board, right? And Matthew Golden as well. What we just said, we'll have a bunch of prospects we like, right? And Goody will take one that looks like a reach to our board. Whether it is or not will be, to be determined. But those two players fit that criteria, right? Matthew Golden a little bit further down, and of course Maxwell Harrison quite a bit further down, only because the 24 grade was so bad. according to PFF. So,
Yep.
what's up, Andy? Appreciate you joining us, buddy.
Yeah.
No, 5,000 just on Twitter.
That's
Excellent.
awesome.
Appreciate everybody.
Big shout out to everybody on X.
Yeah.
Always supporting the show. That's great.
And, I've been told by people who are like helping me build the channel, they're like, you need to just go live on YouTube because X isn't, a great source of, revenue for building up this channel you want to build up and this and that. And I'm like, I just can't turn my back on it. Like,
Yeah.
we get so many viewers on X. If you guys enjoy watching on X, I want to keep it on X.
Mhm.
Cardinals pick is in. Have we got any tips yet?
I've gotten nothing yet. You guys see anything?
Nothing.
Just the tip.
Who's he gonna be? There it is. Oh, you bastards! The Arizona Cardinals are.
Hold on, the screen was cut out while you. What was the pick?
It was
Walter freaking Nolan.
Walter.
Is it really?
Yes. I need a beer.
All you have to do is, and you'll be saved. No, Jim, the phone cut out again. All you have to do is, and you'll be saved.
Oh, there he goes. Number 19 on our board.
Oh, such a good pick for the Cardinals, man.
8th best PFF grade last year. 33rd on PFF's big board and 27 on consensus. He had a crush the Senior Bowl. CJ had him 26th, 33rd, 35th, and Dane 29th, man. And Greg Cosell absolutely loved the guy.
Greg Cosell said they just got the best defensive tackle in the draft.
Nice.
Man, hey, that's it though. That's what sucks about being a playoff team, and you're always right out of that range where you can't. You know what I mean? It's so hard to nab one of those top guys like that. But yeah, Walter Nolan was a fun deep dive we did here as one of the top 30 visit prospects. But say Greg Rice says Clayton's now on safety watch. Yeah, so Walter Nolan was the top prospect in the entire country coming out of high school out of Powell, Tennessee. Just a dominant player. He went to Texas A&M, I believe, first, and then transferred to Ole Miss. He chose Texas A&M over Tennessee, I think Alabama, Georgia, all those big programs. Walter Nolan's a dog, man. He's a piece. Got him a good football player.
Walter Nolan, the next player out of the third tier on the horizontal board. Who was left in the third tier would be Shadur Sanders, James Pierce Jr., Shamar Stewart, and Mike Green. And then you have Will Johnson and Jahdae Barron are the only ones left in the third tier.
There you go. And it doesn't get any better than this.
No, it really doesn't. It's really coming together.
5,200 people watching live online. We're here in Green Bay, the greatest city in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just knowing that the entire awesome event we were at today is happening right down the street. We got fire roaring over here, a little chilly outside. God is good.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just coming together. And we talked about it last year. We talked about it last year when we were at your place. You know what I mean? Like the fact that it really has come together like this and, everyone helping. I mean, it really is awesome. Right. There it is. 5,000 on Twitter.
Nice. Just cracked 5,000 viewers on Twitter. Appreciate y'all.
Tim with the hookup.
King Tron said, I might disappear for a while if we pick Stewart. I'm telling you, I might need a pack of Mars. He's going to run to get some smokes.
Smoke them if you got them, buddy.
Shamar Stewart. But, Tron, I feel you, man. I'm not crazy about Shamar Stewart either. But if they take him, and he pops, you're going to be getting an elite edge defender. No question about it. We all agree, though, the production ain't there in college. So that's what worries us, right?
Yeah.
So, I understand, man. I understand. Greg says lung darts. That's it, just lung darts. Be a lifetime supply.
I saw a video. The dude said, you can get a lot more figured out when you're smoking down long darts rather than a vape. You can sit there and process some stuff. It's not just that instant.
Yeah.
You got to work through it there.
You get the first and the second.
Yeah,
smoke.
seriously.
What's up, Murph?
We got one.
She's
of the
had
OGs.
Murph.
She's had Murph's in the chat here. Everybody say what up to Murph.
What's up? I like Murph's take here. He thinks Sanders to the Seahawks. I could see that as a possibility.
Gives them time to sit and maybe learn a little bit.
Yep.
I don't think Deion would like that, but
That's a great point, man. I didn't even think about that. Don't potentially too far.
Yep.
to Seattle. Makes a lot of sense.
Tolfer that says the only thing I smoke is haters
That's what I'm talking
and
about.
crack. What do y'all think? Does it make sense that the Bengals are looking hard for their defensive backs, and there just happens to be a few of them here hanging out?
Yeah. Could be Will Johnson, right? Could be.
Yeah.
I like what Coach Lynn says. Shamar Stewart said it himself. Watch the film and look at what they asked me to do. They were very focused on stopping the run. There's no two ways about it. So,
Sounds like Vontae Mack there. Watch the film.
yeah.
Tell me what you think. What do you see?
Mandy watched Draft Day twice last night.
She did.
She stayed up till 3 a.m. watching the second time.
Nice.
Yeah, I woke up this morning. She was quoting, and I'm like, "You're crazy. You're out of control." It is a good movie. We watched it on the flight in too. So.
You know how many times I've called somebody a pancake eating mother? You know
Mandy said that too. When I woke up, I got in the shower, got out, walked in the bedroom, and she went, "You pancake eating."
what? Such a nothing line, but every time I'm eating pancakes, I'm like,
It
hey.
hits hard, bro. It hits hard.
All right.
Who's on the clock right now?
The Bengals.
It's the Bengals.
Oh, they're done. Guess who they took, boys? The pick is in.
Oh no. Is it good news?
I think it is. Since select Texas A&M defensive end Shamar Stewart.
Oh, hell yeah.
We'll take that.
So that's the first spade off the board?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
That's back-to-back spades off. the board, though.
Back-to-back spades off the board.
Wow. Oh, you guys got your board.
What was the other spade?
For a year.
Quick turnaround.
Okay.
All right, that's not terrible. Will Johnson falling to us wouldn't be horrible. We obviously know that we had the back-to-back, back-to-back years there with injuries, but man.
Yeah. So does that mean that Trey Hendrickson's getting traded now?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Is he a true edge, or is he one of those hybrid guys? Is he inside? Where does Trey Hendrickson play in their defense? I don't even know if they run 34 or not. Pat Caddy probably knows. Dan Mullen with the super chat. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate you. He says, Nolan pick makes me think that teams are not looking to trade down in this bracket. OTOH, what's that mean? Or on the other
hand,
the Cards GM might be a genius. I would not bet on the latter based off what we've seen. However, I see what you're saying. Thank you for the super chat, Dan. Appreciate you, man. It's interesting. I think Walter Nolan's going to be just a steady player. I really do. He may not come out and just take, light the world on fire, but I think you're going to get a dude that's always healthy and just always contributing. I think he'll be a solid player.
It's like Ari Mirov said. At least he's not going to be an Eagle. Yeah. Walter Nolan will not be on the Eagles.
Look at that.
Every time they show the drone shot of Lambeau,
that's insane.
Look at the homes.
Yeah, the homes.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Wouldn't it be something if the Packers traded their first round pick for Trey Hendrickson? I don't want that, man. He's 30 years old.
Oh, man. I don't see him doing that, though.
Yeah.
I don't think he deserves a first. Does he?
He led the league in sacks last year. I mean, I understand what you're saying, Jacob, but it's like, what else could he have done to warrant? If he's not worth it, the age obviously, comes into factor. But I wouldn't want to give up first. Elder Grimm, Emilio's hiding cannolis in his hat. He's been a member for 4 months. Appreciate you, Elder.
There's only 2 left.
There is only 2 left over here.
Yeah, we're gonna get Mandy back on that. Mandy, where you at?
Right here.
Mandy, cannoli.
Right over your shoulder.
We want him now.
Are we out of cannoli?
The meatloaf.
Yes.
Do you guys want more meatloaf? Or I'm going to have some meatloaf right now.
Don't worry about making it. I was just joking. We got how many?
Yeah,
got
we
2
got
left?
2 left.
We're good.
We're good.
Do I need to set some out?
What do you mean set some out? What's that mean?
They're a little frozen.
Gotcha.
They're already starting to ration the cannolis already.
Oh, this is good.
Well, you've been eating the filling without the cannoli itself.
Y'all strawberries.
If we run out of fillings, we'll continue with strawberries.
Actually, that's probably pretty delicious.
I bet it is.
I bet it
It's
is.
probably-
So we got a pack of this.
This is what people tune in for. We got over 5,000 people.
Yes.
Got a pack of
We
cannoli.
have a packet that you want to show people what we're doing. A
Look at Eric.
filling for every
Eric's
8
got
mini
really.
cannolis.
Emilio's the cannoli.
So we have a lot of filling because half our order came in slightly.
Oh,
Yeah, so we're gonna have cannoli nachos tomorrow.
that actually sounds delicious.
I'm too drunk to taste that shit. You say cannoli not? Oh, because
Yeah.
they're broken. Gotcha. I thought you
Yeah.
meant like tortilla chips.
No,
That would be nasty.
that would be.
Yeah, just so everybody's aware, Seattle is on the clock. They got 4 minutes and 25
It's
seconds
big
left.
Yeah, Jacob is the only one keeping.
We're in trouble. Jacob's the only one being professional right now.
Just putting everybody back on page.
Sutherland said about me.
It's that nervous energy he's got.
Why does everybody fake love Goodell like the second they get picked, and then the second they walk off
Because they
that
get
stage,
that
they're
money,
like that.
baby.
Yeah, that's true. I
Do you
guess.
not fake love your boss when you get that paycheck, bro?
No.
You, Jacob.
Jacob.
They don't give me my paycheck. The patrons do. They throw me them dollars, not my boss.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
You got a bunch of bosses.
Yeah. I make dollars, not cents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you only get to take it home bi-weekly too.
Don't say that about me. Oh, bi-weekly. I got you. All right.
Gotta get that shot every other week, too.
Let's say
Selling
you're on standby.
Unreal.
I'm waiting for the cease and desist letter from the Oval Office.
It's coming. It's coming.
I
They're
was
like,
wearing
you're dragging our good name through the dirt.
I wear that like a badge of honor, bro. If they send us a season.
Oh boy.
Are you off tonight, Jacob, or are you working? We just want to know so we don't go there and have an awkward moment.
What time is it? 9 o'clock? Dude, I don't go in until
Hey,
2
had
a.m.
that Billy Bob moment from Varsity Blues. They're walking to see the school teacher.
Oh yeah. 10.
I think we got to pick in.
Give it a
What we
10.
got? Talk to us, Tim. What we got here?
Let's see. No, we don't.
We don't. False alarm.
Also,
Shenandoah.
Hmm?
Shenandoah.
Shenandoah. What are you talking about, Shenandoah? Get out of here.
The Bengals look
We
happy in the
lost
draft
600
room.
viewers since you started talking about it.
Yeah, did you really? Seattle's pick is in, they say.
Oh, let's see.
I bet they shut it for his birthday.
oh man.
Bates knows what's going on. He says Jacob's part of the A team, late start. Yeah, you don't go in there. Yeah, you don't rock in like the Monday squad at 2 p.m. You know?
Yes, man. Again,
Yeah.
from Rumble, he knows what's up. Your stream is over a minute ahead of the NFL
Let's
Network
go.
cable feed.
That's how we roll.
That's
That's
right.
it.
So we're bringing-
Oh, here we go. We got the pick in Seattle. The Seattle Seahawks
Wow.
are taking North Dakota State offensive lineman Gray Zabel.
Oh,
Dude, that was mocked probably more than any other player I saw. So that makes sense.
Somebody had that inside info. Big time.
You think they're playing him at center?
I know that they need interior offensive line more than anything else, but yeah.
Our
He
top,
is.
our top two interior offensive linemen have come off the board
Yes.
in order.
in order. Yeah.
On the vertical board, Gray Zabel located 41 overall. He was 155th in 22, 24th in 23, 5th in 24. PFF Big Board had him 39th, and Consensus had him 74th. And he basically crushed it from there. Senior Bowl, Greg Cosell loved him. RAS of a 5, so a 9 plus. Just a dog there.
Look at that backdrop, man. Behind him. How
Too old
cool.
for this. Are you being serious? Do you actually still have a perfect mock? And if so, prove it.
Oh, we've got it. It's we've already got it uploaded, right? We gotta check the Patreon.
No, that's just the Packer.
That's
Yeah.
just
Oh,
the
I thought
Packers.
he's talking about his. Yeah. Screenshot it. Let's see it.
It's like me breaking the home run record in Little League. Nobody has it on film.
Yeah.
But I did it. Let me tell you. Show me
Show
your
me your
mock,
mock.
Jacob. Oh man.
Heard it from a fan right here.
See?
all of the first round people you guys have like chosen correctly.
I'd say we've done pretty good.
We've done really, really good though. The board's lined up for it. Mandy. You're never going to be happy, are you?
There's still 3 edge players available in tier 3 though, and 2 corners. Will Johnson and Jade. Did we think Will Johnson and Jade Barron were both going to be available coming into the 20s?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
no, I don't think so.
If Jade Barron's picked, I'm going to be fired up. I ain't gonna lie.
Pack Daddy says, "Come on, Tampa Bay, take that stupid linebacker."
Get that out of the way.
It's true though. Do it. Do it.
You won't.
The last 2 picks, the picks I saw more than anything was Mike Green to the Falcons, Zabel to the Seahawks, and then Jihad to the Bucks. That was like every single mock. Seems like that those were just locked in.
I don't know, man.
Ooh. And then
Is that
coming up
the
after that,
farthest-
we got the Broncos, which what?
Go ahead, Jacob. You good?
No, I just was saying that may be where Emilio's guy Omarion maybe falls.
Oh yeah, yeah. They
At
want
Denver?
the Joker, right? Or they want the
Yeah.
Sean Payton wants someone that can kind of do it all,
Mm-hmm. And there ain't none of those tight ends left.
right? I was
I
just
can
wondering,
also-
is that the highest the North Dakota State guy's been drafted?
Ooh. Where did, yeah, that would have to be.
No, was Trey Lance? He was North Dakota State.
Oh,
he
yeah,
went
yeah.
what, 3rd? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Never
He
mind.
went third. Well, what a bad.
I like Pack.
Boy, what a bad pick.
Pack Daddy says Mike Green making some sense right now. I could see
Hey.
that to Tampa.
Ooh.
I could see it.
I'm telling you, Mike Green's a stud, dude. It's just if he keeps his nose clean off the field, that guy can rush the quarterback. Gosh, can he rush?
Mm-hmm.
He seems like a Tampa Bay type dude.
He can-
I said Detroit or Tampa Bay for him.
He can rush with
Always.
power. He's got multiple moves. He's got good bend, speed off the edge. You turn on the tape, and he's just playing with offensive linemen. I think I was listening to Ryan's pod when he's talking about. He just got guys tripping all over themselves. They don't know what he's going to do.
Yep.
But it's just that purple box, man, got me worried. It's the personal issues. So, if the Packers took him, then that tells me, all right, they feel comfortable with it. I'll be fired up for that.
At least he's not going to be too far away from his farm. Grace Abel, man, in Seattle. He's got his land over there in northern South Dakota there. 250 acres. I mean, that's something you do in the off season, right?
Didn't he
Jake?
rent? He rents it though, right? He doesn't
Yeah.
own it. Or lease
Oh, you
it
don't
or
need to
whatever.
own the land.
Yes, you do. You can't just hop on other people's land, Emilio. There's rules against
You
that.
rent it with a verified lease agreement.
Emilio said, "Trust me, you can. You can
He's-
jump right on other people's property.
You ain't
No
trying
problem."
hard enough, bruh.
Oh man,
That's so mean.
we got a pick is in from Nathan.
Uh-oh. Pick is in.
I don't know. Haven't seen it.
Ain't seen it yet. Nathan, talk to us, man. What you
Yeah,
got?
what are you seeing?
Come on, Nathan. He's
Somebody.
Jordan, you okay?
Oh,
what is going
I can't
on?
tell if she's crying or she's laughing.
okay.
He said she's going to check on her, man.
Yeah.
He stubbed her toe.
Oh man, that could have been bad. Oh boy, we lost.
We lost them both.
Warning!
Sound like-
Warning!
All that I can hear on my end, it sounds like the Muffin Man. Where it's like,
Yeah.
oh boy.
Cannoli.
Cannoli down.
Yeah,
Greg
that's-
Rice.
that's pretty-
Not the cannoli.
Oh boy.
I'm fine, but the cannolis are not.
There is a really slick spot right there.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I about fell there earlier. You're talking about right there in the doorway as you start down the hall.
Yes,
Yeah,
right in front
It's
of the
it's slicker than a. I can't. It's slick.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah.
Is Pack Daddy calling this out? Is the
What'd
pick
he
at
say?
Buka?
Hey,
Oh.
I'm all about it. Now, we got him in the 21 spot.
Yep.
He's a spade. I would feel a lot better about
Yep.
Ibuka than Josh Simmons.
Buka to Tampa Bay.
No.
Dude, I swear,
Wow.
if Simmons, I'm starting to not feel good.
Confirmed.
Okay, Ibuka
Confirmed.
to Tampa Bay. He left our 21st spot on our board here.
Wow.
PFF had him 13th. Consensus had him 23. That is the third spade to go in the last 4 picks. Those are 3 30 visits gone in the last 4. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 30 visits total gone in the first round so far.
And there's been 2 wide receivers selected, Ted McMillan and Emeka Egbuka.
Yep.
Both were our number 1 and number 2 wide receiver in order.
How many quarterbacks are off the board?
One quarterback, no corners off the board yet.
That's crazy.
No corners are off the board. I think that's my biggest surprise right now is that 0 corners have come on the board. Well, yeah, that's fair. But if we're talking one position corners,
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy. No safeties, no corners.
King Tron says, damn it. Well, that's it. I'm going for Lundgaard.
You can get a couple down before we pick, Kingtron. Hurry up.
Love it. I see Jake. What's Jake? Oh, sorry. Pat McAfee just said there's a lot of trade talks for late in the draft. All right.
You talking day 3 or are you talking
Maybe late in the first.
late first?
Oof.
See that.
And we're what, 3 picks away?
Yeah,
Hey,
we're on pick
if
20
somebody,
right now.
No,
if
we're-
somebody wants Shador Sanders or Jackson Dart, 23 might be the spot to trade up.
Yeah.
Get him.
20 Denver's on the clock right now.
Watch
So
Goody fleece him too.
Oh, yeah.
Get massive value.
That would be great.
it's coming.
Jacob, what are we thinking for the Broncos here?
I'm starting to get real nervous, man. I think honestly, I'm not even joking. Omarion Hampton, I feel like could be a thing there. I would have said Egbuka, but I feel like because he was just the most plug and play NFL ready starter. Let's see, what did they have? The ESPN says their needs are in order: running back, wide receiver, D tackle, center, tight end. So I could definitely. What about edge? I feel like Mike Green to Denver makes a lot of sense, or Pierce.
You can see that. They were big on tight ends, right? Everybody was talking about one of the 2 tight
Yep.
ends. Obviously, they're
Yep.
off the board.
Yeah,
That's
Nathan
it.
seems to think like I am running back for Broncos. Rick's saying that Denver wants to trade back.
I can see
Let's
that.
see. We'll see.
Can't wait to go back and listen to that clip of her falling in the hallway.
Couldn't generate that one for sure.
Awesome.
What do you think? Eldegrim's saying that Packers need to trade up and get Barron.
You know, I want John A. Barron bad, Eldegrim, but I kind of feel like you could probably just
Well,
kind
that's
of
the
ride
thing.
this out because
I
the
feel like
value of Will Johnson's there. You know, I'd be okay with Mike Green if the personal stuff checks out. You guys know, I know I'm in the minority here completely. Maybe not with these guys, but throughout Packers Twitter, I'd be okay with James Pierce Jr. I think that's a dude that's got a lot of tools in the bag.
I'd be cool with it.
You think Barron could just be on the board at 23 and we don't have to trade up to get him?
I think he could. Because think about it. If the Broncos right now really aren't looking at cornerback, which aren't on their list of needs, Steelers are next. That's where people are claiming Shador might go. But I see the Steelers and I see a guy like Jihad Campbell falling, and I think, that's kind of a match made in heaven. I see the Steelers could possibly be looking at either a Pierce, a Green, or even like a Derek Harmon or something like that. But right now, I think I'm crossing my fingers. I still would prefer probably Pierce, Barron, Derek Harmon, and then maybe like Savone.
I just don't think they need to trade up, right? I mean, like where they're at right now, why would you need to give up capital to go up 3 spots? Who are you going? Who do you need that bad that you're worried is going to be off the board?
Right.
I mean, all the blue chips are gone. You know what I mean? Like besides maybe Will Johnson, that's about it. I mean,
When you look at the top 30 visits that the Packers had, James Pierce Jr. 12 spot leads the board here. Then you got the Spade, Josh Simmons at offensive tackle, Savone Revel Jr. out of East Carolina, and you got another Spade and Tyleek Williams in the 36th spot. Matthew Golden after that.
I think you need to consider all the way down T.J. Sanders, Trey Amos. I think they'd pull the trigger on any of them.
I was gonna say, watch it be T.J. Sanders. That's crazy.
I do love T.J. Sanders though.
I love
I'm not mad at that.
Remember, Brendan Donahue and Peter Schrager both had the Packers taking Matthew Golden.
Yeah.
And
Pat
they-
Daddy's saying Jahdae Barron, Will Johnson, Mike Green, Matthew Golden also there. He says this feels like trade back territory.
Really does.
Yep.
Which it's kind of come full circle. That's what we talked about all. Remember early in the process, Jacob. It's like, man, I'd like to see us trade back. Let's see us trade back.
Yeah.
We talked about that. Yeah.
That make a lot of sense. With that being said, we'll select the 60th prospect on our board, and that's what'll happen. We'll like it.
Can you go back to the regular view of the? Yeah,
absolutely.
thank you.
You don't like
Man.
the bar? I'll take the horizontal.
This is, I mean, it's funny now that we've got through all the mocks and all that, and you'd see certain groupings of players that would be there, and we'd be like, oh, that's not realistic. Look at where we're at here. We got Jahdae Barron, James Pierce, Will Johnson, Mike Green, Shador Sanders, Jihad Campbell.
How many times they say no way Will Johnson and Jahdae Barron will be there?
Yeah.
Everybody. Watch they'll go in the next group pick.
Oh, they're gone. Yeah.
Even Mike
Sorry
Green.
about that.
Mike Green was rare to last to 23, you know.
Best receiver on our board right now is Luther Burden, then Matthew Golden.
Don't say the name after that.
Jay Niggins.
Don't do it.
Keep that.
And just while we're at a little bit of a break point here, guys, we're almost at 5,500 live viewers off of the 4 platforms that we're streaming to. So if you could like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, it'd help us out a bunch. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Nathan says the word on the street is the Broncos are actually looking to trade their pick, which would make it. They've only got 56 seconds according to
that. I feel like something like that would be the the Browns coming back in or the Giants coming back into the first round to get a 5th-year option on somebody. That's where I feel like that kind of trade in. I just don't see somebody that's already back there needing to move up.
Gotcha. Broncos pick is in, says Eldegrim. Greg Rice says we're killing it.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, bad. When you're in a million happening.
Are we really getting a mock crack? Was anybody else here?
Yes, you are. Lots of static. Yep.
Hey, y'all doing something next to the mic? Huh? Do y'all have your phones over there?
I think it's Tim's chair.
I think so.
I think it has been when somebody moves.
Okay, gotcha.
That's fair.
Don't move.
Nobody.
Well, the problem is we have to have one mic for all 3 of us, because if not, then the computers just start squealing at each other because the speakers are too close.
Or one of us would have to sit our butts outside or something.
Yeah. Sit your butt outside.
We don't want to do that, right?
Exactly. Andy Watkins with the super chat. Thanks for all your hard work. I love the show. Hey, Andy, thank you for the kind words and thank you for the donation. You're awesome. Appreciate you, man. It's been a blast this draft season. We're about to turn the page into a new year. It's gonna be absolutely awesome.
Uh-oh.
Broncos pick is in.
Oh,
Shit.
no.
Jahdae Barron.
It's a good pick, man. It's a versatile corner. Me no likey that,
Me
Jan.
no likey that, Jan.
I think Will Johnson should have ran at his workout, right? Dropping like a rock.
Right to the Packers.
I was just going to say, he might drop right here to Green Bay. All right, Steelers, take a quarterback.
Slide Jahdae Barron over here.
Oh, that's tough. That's a rough one right there. All right, well, let's see what we got here.
So best available right now is cornerback Will Johnson, edge defender James Pierce Jr., quarterback Shador Sanders, edge defender Mike Green, linebacker Jihad Campbell, Josh Connerly Jr., offensive tackle from Oregon, and then Josh Simmons, who is a Spade, offensive tackle Ohio State. I want to say something about Josh Simmons. It's kind of an understanding he is healthy now, right? He's going to be good to go for the upcoming season. Bucky Brooks and Lance Zierlein were on a podcast the other day talking about this. And Lance Zierlein said he put a 6.2 score on Josh Simmons, which is a good score. It's a good score. And then they said, everything all right?
Still getting a little feedback.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Whatever you did just now fixed it. So
Oh, so it's somewhere.
So hopefully that gets a little better. Thank y'all for fixing it. So Zerline said he went through, he was the first offensive tackle he watched because he was projected to be the top tackle in the draft before he got hurt. And then he said he went through and watched the rest of the tackles and everybody else. And then he came back to Josh Simmons. After watching the other offensive linemen, he said, I have to score to a 6'4". Because it's like he didn't realize how good he was until he watched the rest of the linemen and was like, holy cow, this guy. He said he's the most athletic offensive tackle in the entire draft. Obviously, the Packers had a top 30 visit with him. They're liable to get boos over there at Lambeau if they select Josh Simmons, but I understand the pick if they go that route.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yep.
Jacob hates it.
I'm getting nervous, bro. I feel like we're getting painted into a corner that I did not want to be in.
What have we been talking about? You build that wall and you protect Jordan Love. I mean, what did we do last year? Didn't we sign a player and then we signed X? We go draft 3 safeties. All right, we sign a guard. We go draft an offensive lineman this year, maybe. We sign. Who else did we sign? I mean, it's like we sign a corner. You go out and get your corner. So you bring in a veteran. You bring in somebody. You bring in somebody young, and then you kind of work with it from there.
I still don't have to like it, but it's great.
Appreciate that.
Uh-oh. That's true.
What's that?
It's a Steelers take Harmon. Is that correct, though?
Thomas Diggs in the chat had the first, right?
We're getting the buzz.
What's going on with the buzz?
I don't know. It's got to be something with the corn.
All right. We'll try to get rid of that buzz for you guys. We apologize.
Yeah, it's just a crackle that's there.
Try unplugging the mic and plug it right back in. We tried that yet.
Where is it running? Oh, is it into this? Oh, it's in there.
Yeah, I think that the draft definitely started off a little more intriguing as far as what we're going to get at 23. The last 5 to 6 picks has definitely been throwing a little cold water in our face. But I don't know. I'm still kind of hopeful. I'm just, as you guys know, I haven't been excited about the prospect of the Simmons pick at 23. Not just because of the position. It's just for whatever reason, I didn't like a guy that's coming off injury, that, a bunch of that kind of stuff. King Tron just said that Harmon was confirmed to go to that's tough, to the Pittsburgh Steelers there. That was definitely a pick that I thought we were going to get. Pack Daddy confirms as well. Derek Harmon is now a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, there. Okay. Well, that's a little bit of a heartbreaker. I've
been over here spilling my guts and we were on mute.
Must have been when I reset them.
Yeah. So Derek Harmon, obviously the pick. That's the 26th best prospect on our board. That's a solid pick for them. I'm not totally upset about that. Really not. This is feeling like there's a legit shot. We trade back or we go with like a James Pierce Jr. and a Mike Green.
Yeah.
Sanders is disappointed. Is that what it says? Ron Sample?
Shadur falling.
Yeah,
Oh,
got it.
Because he passed Steelers there. I mean, unless you got the Giants or Cleveland coming back into the first.
Mm-hmm. Pat Gaddy says Cole and his son is having a panic attack. If the Steelers will steal Golden here. Well, we ain't got to worry about that now, right?
Phew.
So.
He meant Chargers.
Oh, Chargers. Never mind. Yeah. Keep panicking, Colin. Sorry, buddy.
You're not out of the woods yet, man. Sorry.
Not yet.
I don't even want to pick anymore.
Everybody's exhausted. I fell asleep at Bay what's it called? Bay Park Square?
Yep. At the mall. You fell asleep in one of them massage chairs.
He was
in
killing
the
me.
mall.
I thought I was gonna have to leave him as I went to the next door. I'm trying to over here find some good deals. Jacob. I'm looking for the clearance rack, and
Absolutely.
this man is over here sleeping next to this kiosk, and I'm like, Clayton, let's go, bud.
Yeah. Greg Rice said apparently Deion Sanders just tweeted, "The rejected will be respected."
Ooh, burn.
Yeah.
Deion, buddy.
Yeah. All right, we're getting way too close. I'm starting to actually feel like
You're sweating a little.
It's going to be Tyreek Williams. Don't worry.
Who?
Tyreek Williams.
Okay. I mean,
That was the most natural who.
Yeah, that was better than Snoop drop.
sorry. I think that right now I want either Pierce or Mike Green. I think that's my two that I like right now. Otherwise, Savone Ravel, or trade back, to be honest, because I'd like to. Can you scroll down a little bit to see who we're maybe just not quite seeing? Oh, because I mean, look at that right there, Luther Burden.
Listen to the way he talks about that. Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, I still think there could be a Trey Amos or a TJ Sanders. Like we talked about, Clayton will be like, they'll pick a guy that's in the 40s, 50s, 60s. That'd be a pleasant surprise. I just feel like we're too focused in on the top of the board right now. And I don't think that's how the Packers operate.
Every year, like last year, Jordan Morgan was like 10 picks down from where we had our best talent. I'm completely on board with you, Jake. Completely on board.
Somebody said in the chat that was Deion Sanders Jr. I didn't know there was a Deion Sanders Jr.
I don't think Deion knew that either.
Jeez.
Burn.
Oh boy. Coach Lynn's saying that Will Johnson is the pick if we can't trade back.
I'll be totally on
I
board.
think so too.
Really?
Yeah.
Jacob, you're talking about getting the 10th best prospect in the draft.
They would be jumping. You know what I mean? Like, how did he fall to us? How did he fall to us? Type thing.
Yeah.
That's if the injury concerns don't come about, right?
Taboo.
What if we get later on too that he was a 30 visit?
Oh,
We
yeah.
just had
find out
no
later.
idea. You know what I mean?
We'll need to update, obviously, the board here when we find that out. If we do, that way we know the top 30 visit did matter.
Mhm.
But I can see that, man.
Oh boy.
And the Steelers already was saying the Steelers don't have a second round pick this year, so if they want a rookie QB, they have to wait a while or come back up.
It doesn't surprise me that they went defense first, though.
Right. I mean, you get Rodgers over there, you want to get the ball back to him. So
Yeah.
there you go.
And do you think that Omarion Hampton could go here? That Harbaugh wants to really solidify that running game?
To the Chargers, yeah, that makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
because they did not have a lot. I don't think that the duo that they brought back from basically Baltimore and transferred over to Chargers, I don't think that helped.
Still inside.
Just came back.
Whatever Emilio touched just now, that kind of put an end to it, but you could tell that might have been a
think it's your
catalyst for it
mouse.
as well.
I think it's your wireless mouse when it gets close to that.
Got it. I've got hardwired now, so I can use.
That might be it.
What we're out of plugs, right?
Yeah. No, you think you have another one.
Caleb Williams isn't.
What's wrong with you?
Come on, Jacob.
Act like
Plugs,
you've been-
connections to get good nails.
Right. No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Call the plug, bro. All right.
So we're closing in on our pick. We're sitting at 22. Unbelievable.
William, I like his thoughts here. He goes, still could be Matthew Golden or Donovan Ezeraku. That would be an interesting, he says, could be interesting picks. I would totally be cool if they thought that Ezeraku was worth bringing in. Man, I'm
Welcome
getting nervous.
To the team, James Pierce Jr.
Wait, what?
No, I'm kidding. No, I
the
think
hell is-
Emilio, what's going on with that?
false alarm.
You,
I mean, he was a 30 visit. He's the highest 30 visitor.
General Barnaky says it all started with the cannoli kerfuffle. Oh boy.
All right, let's see if that fixes the whole static thing.
I think we may have found the issue here, guys. I think that's it.
See,
How we sounding now, Jacob?
We sound great. Sound great. Sound great. Biz just confirmed crackling stop when we can hear all of you. Keep things like this now.
yeah, Clay
All right.
over here trying to be fancy using his wireless mic. I'm like, good
It's
for you.
2025. I can't use a wireless mic.
No.
What the hell?
Wireless mic only.
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is exactly what
Yeah, I
I'm
got a
doing.
wireless mouse too. Hold on. It could have been my fault.
No, it's not your fault. Yeah, but
it's Clayton's
Ask
fault.
Randy.
We agreed.
Ask
It's always your fault.
Mandy, it's always Clayton's fault.
We're blaming it on your husband, Mandy.
Join the club.
As you should.
There we go. Well, thanks for hanging with us here, guys. We were 5,500. So
we cracked 5,500 because we're finally crackle free on the mics.
Hey,
Nice.
It does not feel like we've been live for well over 2 hours. How many?
We're closing in
3
on 3
hours.
hours.
That's crazy.
Closing in on that Packers pick.
It's been a blast.
We have over 300 watching on YouTube as well, so appreciate y'all. Keep sharing and liking it. Hit that subscribe button while you're at it. And if you want, you can join the Patreon group, upper right-hand corner, where you can get access to said board we're working right now. I'll see if I can add the updated, scratched out one of who we've taken in this updated one where they pulled. I'll see if I can't add that to the Patreon group tonight so you can have access to who's been pulled over with their numbers and everything.
That'd be great. That way y'all can start fresh round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Updated board.
All right, Ed's telling us to call our pick. I feel like that's fair. That's fair.
All right.
I think I
who's
got
up
it.
first.
I want to go either one of the two edges, James Pierce Jr. or Mike Green. That's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
Are you hoping, or is this hoping or predicting?
All right. Hoping that what I predict is that if you could scroll down just a wee bit there, just a wee bit.
He said, "Put Will Johnson at the top and scroll me down a little."
I think the way I honestly I wouldn't be surprised if they put TJ Sanders or Trey Amos. I could see that.
All right. What about you guys? What's your prediction? We just need one, Jacob. One is what he's asking. Call your pick.
Yeah.
Who
Pick
do you
one.
think the Packers?
Maxwell Harrison.
Wow.
Jacob's going Maxwell Harrison.
I'm
Tim.
going Donovan Azaraku.
Oh,
Nice.
Emilio.
Josh Simmons, welcome to the
Stop
squad.
it.
Sound like Caleb Williams. I'm gonna go with Matthew Golden.
Nice.
Wow. Way to take the easy way
You're
out.
going with Golden Face?
Way to crush my dreams too.
Unbelievable.
Oh no.
Actually, Simmons is.
Oh, the
Wait a
pick is
minute,
in.
wait
It's
a
We
minute.
golden
gotta have
now?
a pick here.
Is it
What
really
just
golden?
happened?
We gotta have a pick.
To the
To the
Chargers.
Chargers?
They take Matthew Golden.
You're ahead of us, Jacob. What are you seeing?
I just
Cole
see what the
says
pick is
Golden
in.
is the pick. It's Golden. Matthew Golden. The Chargers taking Matthew Golden. Y'all don't listen.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
You're so right. You're so right. My bad.
All right, so we had our choice between Golden and Green. I think now obviously we got to go with Green, right? Golden, Green, Green and
I
gold.
really think Jahad Campbell could come to this squad as well.
Oh
I'm
Lord.
That's a
I'm
good
so
point.
serious.
That's a good point.
I'm so serious.
Dude, if we took Jahad Campbell, I'd be fired up. I ain't gonna lie.
So was it Golden that went to Chargers?
I'm looking to confirm now.
The only one I would be upset with if we took me personally, and I'm not trying to dog you, Tim, but it would be like Ezra. I wouldn't like it.
Is it because of the size threshold?
Not necessarily that. It's just like you've got two edge defenders that are so high on our board.
Yeah,
And
right.
you go get a lower edge, it's like,
Oh my gosh. No way this really just happened. Shut up.
Hampton to the Chargers.
Is that to the Chargers? Oh God. All right, so it wasn't.
Jacob
So
was
was it
about to be
Golden?
so
Yeah,
mad.
who the heck was saying
Matthew Golden.
who had the fake news?
It's fake news.
It's fake news.
There's a lot of fake news about Golden.
Ready to use
That's
my
no
pizza
Golden
napkin to
anymore.
wipe this off.
Hampton to the Chargers.
So Matthew Golden's still on the board, huh?
Marion Hampton sitting at 30th on our board, running back North Carolina. He was the 24th best in 23, 20th best in 24, 23rd on PFF, and 52nd on consensus. Greg Cosell loved him, and he had a -5 RAS, so a 9.0 plus.
Clay, don't lean that way.
What happened?
When you do that, the static comes.
Does it really?
Yes, I don't know what's going on.
How is that?
Where are we getting?
You know what? I'm telling you, it's all Clayton's fault. I've been trying to say that.
Do one of y'all got like a metal rod? I'm not even being jokey. Do you have like a metal plate or anything in you?
Jacob, that's a personal question, sir.
Well,
Mike's
Have you heard of HIPAA, sir?
the Mike's sitting on a metal stand.
Pippa Pig? Yeah, I love them.
Should we just put it up?
We can get it off of there. Hold on.
What is it?
The Mike's sitting on a metal stand.
No. We need that though. It's got to be above your laptop.
Mike's a crackhead.
Mute it real quick.
We're gonna mute for a minute.
All
We'll
right.
be back.
Well, as we figure out the technical difficulties, right at the most peak and opportune time, let's hear it in the chat. Let's go. Give us your picks. Who's going to be picked here? This is really getting down to the wire here. Again, I'll reiterate that I would love to see Mr. James Pierce Jr. edge out of Tennessee, or Mike Green, the edge out of Marshall. And we've talked about how we don't want to draft guys that are just projections. You know what I mean? That they have the traits, but they haven't quite honed them in. Mike Green, edge. Marshall was one of the most productive edges in college football. Now we are back to your regularly scheduled program featuring.
What if the static was her Dorito bag back there?
That is actually also a possibility. I mean,
The real question is, are they nacho cheese or Cool Ranch?
No flaming hot.
they're
Flaming hot. Oh, let's go.
Wait.
We're on the clock. Jacob, we have 6 minutes, 30 seconds. What do you have? 6 minutes on yours?
Max.
I got 6 minutes and 5 seconds.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm a little
I
excited.
heard that, Mandy.
He said he's a little excited. Goot's trading back. He likes everything on the board. He's going to go back and get a couple more picks.
Look at this.
Who
Look
is
at
he?
look at the aerial shots. You guys seeing these?
Yeah, it's going to go rowdy here in a
Wow.
second.
We're throwing stuff into the stand, the crowd. Wow. Oh my Lord. That's a ton of people.
All right. So looking at our top 30 visits on our board, James Pierce Jr. in the 12 spot.
Hey,
Josh
Goody.
Simmons, 24. Savone Revel, 25. Tyleek Williams, 36. Matthew Golden, 38. TJ Sanders, 39. Trey Amos, 40. Jordan Burke, 58.
Pack Daddy chimed in and said, sorry, Pack Daddy said at number 23, the Packers are getting trade calls similar to the Chargers had at number 22. Amelia, what are you laughing at there, bud?
Prince's chat.
I know. I thought. Okay. All right. Well,
Pack on the clock.
Interesting it's taking this long. Goody's usually pretty quick if he's sticking and picking.
Yeah. Right.
So do you think there's any sort of oh boy. Bates
Oh,
was
look at
just
that
saying-
meal they have right there.
United Bates is saying rap sheet saying the Packers are getting trade calls. So this could be as nervous as I am right here. This is exactly the situation that we kind of wanted. Different players that were available,
this
but
He said, I eat good last month. Yeah, they know what they're doing here. He loves the food here. I'm
I
telling you.
love it.
I bet that Go Pack Go chant is screaming.
oh yeah.
Look at Mark Murphy.
I love it. They got the Mark Murphy
Where is
big
he?
head. I
I'm
love
telling you,
it.
as I was walking around that whole draft experience today, I said it a couple times. I was like, thank God for Mark Murphy.
65%.
65%. That's what we seriously, like it, the fact that he made all this happen. What a way to go out.
Sorry, I'm kidding.
You all right, Jacob?
All of a sudden, Zach's just throwing stuff out here saying it's Stewart, unfortunately. Stewart's not there anymore, unless you're talking.
Sure.
Look what I can do. Oh, man.
They want a wide receiver. Yes.
Oh, look at this. I think it's real, guys. Pack Daddy is reporting that Mike Clemens is reporting that the Packers are on the phone taking trade calls. Whew. Oh,
Here's
boy.
my not shocked face.
What did we say the most that we would trade back would be a few? Wasn't it the Rams and the Ravens?
Rams to the Ravens, 27 to the Ravens.
We
Or
kept
Buffalo.
kept abusing the Ravens in the mock
Remember, I
draft.
tried to get Houston on the
Oh boy, look at
We
this.
don't have it. Let's
Eagles
see.
discussing moving up with the Packers.
Ooh, if we move back
wow.
to 32,
Wow.
that's going to be some good compensation.
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
That's what Clay Matthews.
Can we scroll down on the big board and see who would be
It does
around?
have the ceiling.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry,
What do you
can we,
mean, Jacob? We're over
can
here.
we can we
Stuff that doesn't matter.
can we scroll down and see who's on the big board around that 32 spot? That dude, TJ. What if we're exactly what we've been talking about? TJ Sanders and Trey Amos.
Yeah, I think they like so many more people at the 30 to 40 spot than they did at 20 to 30. I could
Mhm.
100% see him back up here.
Yeah.
He could do it twice, like he did with Jaden Reed. He could back up to 27 and then back up again to the Eagles. He goes, "Hey, I'll trade with the Ravens real quick. Now I'll trade with the Eagles, and we'll be off to the races."
And I can see the Eagles taking James Pierce Jr.
Yep. Let's bring a little speed off the edge there. We already have our 3 techs.
Boy.
Trade back. What Ben Holden said.
There's going to be a trade.
Oh yeah, these guys are gonna freak. We've been waiting all day for this. Showed up at noon to stand in this
I
crowd.
can hear the radio chatter right now with the cops. We stand by, Packers are trading.
Right. We've been live for 3 hours.
Shador Sanders.
Oh my! Don't even say that.
Oh, that was a good one, Clayton.
They just open up the drafts, the beer nozzles, and just run. Just please.
That's insanity.
Oh boy.
Malachi Starks, welcome to this.
Oh,
Harry
no,
Cheese was
that's-
saying that they're not. Oh, pick is in.
Oh boy,
Are we sticking
Pick is in. Did we get?
Nathan has it first. Nathan's been he's been a minute ahead of us.
Time to ride, man.
Jeez. They're shaking hands. They're saying, "It's don't do that."
Packers stay put is what.
Population of 107,000. We've doubled that.
Oh
Pat
yeah.
Getty says lots of clock being burned the last few picks because of trade talks, but the Packers stay put at 23 and make their pick.
All right.
They got a brat. The brat in the
Sean
stadium.
Dolak, Elder Grimm. Let's go!
Bring them in.
Here it is, boys. Y'all want to pay up? We got the pickers in.
Taking Thor.
23rd
That'd be
pick,
great.
Green Bay
You
Packers
guys
have
are hilarious.
selected Matthew Golden, wide receiver.
Matthew Golden.
Are you being serious? It's Matthew Golden.
It's in, baby. It's in.
No Jaden Higgins for us, boys.
Tim, you got to hold out hope, man.
We didn't go with
Mandy, don't you start.
Notebook,
Don't you start. Huh?
Shenandoah.
Shenandoah.
we didn't
How
go
about
with
Savone
Shenandoah.
Rebel? What are
No.
you talking about? What's she talking about?
You think they're gonna have to repave that parking lot by the time we get there tomorrow because they finally took a wide receiver in the first round?
Seriously, man. Hey, I just want to say this. We wrote an article on Patreon. Brendan Donahue and Peter Schrager, two of the most accurate mock drafters. They both picked Matthew Golden. Crushed it.
We asked Peter Schrager last night in
At dinner.
person. We literally asked him, said, well, "Who do you?"
He
think
asked
they're
me if
taking?"
he could borrow $20. I said, no, Peter. Who's the Packers? So, Jacob froze. Or he's pissed. What happened? Maybe we all froze.
Jacob, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
It's such a delay, man. Tell your neighbors to up their internet, please, sir. I like the pick, boys. Y'all don't like it?
I do.
Oh, Jacob is struggling over here. Goody's over here in his bag.
Apparently a wide receiver.
What'd you say, Mandy?
Is that good? Do we need a wide receiver?
All right. Let's see if we can go to Greg Cosell's breakdown of Matthew Golden. What do y'all think?
What? There's Mark Murphy.
Oh,
man.
look at Mark.
He said, y'all wanted a receiver, gave you your damn receiver.
Now let me cook.
I'm leaving. I'm out.
If he gives us the 65% live,
Look
can
at,
we get one of them?
look at this.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, seriously.
All right, boys.
Matthew Golden. 429. John Smith hit it here. 429. I'm not mad at it. You think Jay Love's excited?
Oh,
I
you know
think
he's
so.
fired up, man. All right, so here we go, boys. Here is the write-up from Greg Cosell on Matthew Golden. All right. It says naturally fluid mover with both route and separation quickness, accelerating burst and speed out of breaks, snap to his movement in and out of breaks, did not need to slow down to stick and break with explosiveness, showed an understanding of pace and tempo as a route runner to set up corners and create needed separation, consistently caught the ball with his hands away from his frame, an easy catcher with a wide catching radius, seamless transitions from receiver to run after catch, no loss of quickness or speed once he caught the ball, showed the excellent body control and ball tracking ability on some poorly thrown balls to make tough catches, made some tough red zone catches playing off contact and extending to catch the ball away from his frame. Those are his strengths, all right? Keep in mind there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strengths listed. Here are the weaknesses. Did not see snaps versus physical press coverage. That will be a question that needs to be answered by NFL teams. More of a sudden, twitchy mover than a physical receiver. Can he catch through contact? Has the body to do it? That's actually seems like a positive to me.
Yeah.
Did not see a lot of run after catch plays, but he has the straight line speed and competitive to be a yak factor. Another positive. Like you didn't see it, but ends with a positive.
Oh, we saw that dude with the painted head. He had the painted Packers helmet on his head. That was pretty fire. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at the suit.
Yeah, it sounds like he's already kind of made a speech and he's done some crowd went nuts. I'm just sitting here trying to process this. I like the
Let me
pick.
help you process that, Jacob.
65%.
65%. That's what
I like the pick. I'm just trying to envision what this means and everything. And I want to do more. I honestly didn't do a big dive on Matthew Golden because I never thought he was going to make it to us. I really didn't. I put him in that category of where I don't have to even research him because he's going to be gone. He looks happy from what I can tell. I'm excited. I'm excited to dive deeper into it, but
You up
I
the
don't
chalk
know.
talk?
What do you guys think? What do you think?
Are we
Give
mad
me a
that they
screen
didn't
grab,
take
Tim.
Luther Burden the third?
No,
I'm just going to be more mad to see what happens with the Vikings because if the Vikings get like Green or Pierce and they turn into another freak, that's just going to make me so mad.
Tim's going to pop a screen grab up here. It can be one of the Goody ones. That's fine. This was Matthew Golden. I'm trying to think of who he was with here. On 3 Sports talking to Matthew Golden at the draft. Let's hear what he had to say earlier here in the process. Like I said, I guess this was yesterday probably.
What's the first thing with draft money that you want to buy?
Definitely get my grandma a house, man. We lost our property a couple years ago. You know, that's somewhere I grew up when I was younger, and you know, it'd be a blessing to be able to get that back for my family. You know, that's where they all grew up. That's where I grew up. So, you know, I always told myself I wanted to do that, and now I'm in a position to do it. So if it's bound to happen, I'm gonna make it happen.
You gonna go knock on the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna kick the door down. Somewhere.
I mean, is it
pretty cool,
seriously
though.
knock
I mean,
on the door?
yeah.
Hey, I'm in the NFL now.
Yeah.
We used to live here. We'd like to buy it from you. Like,
it's literally for sale right now.
oh wow,
It's
oh
literally
man.
for sale right now. You know, I go back and look at it every time. I actually had a camp last week for some kids back at home, and I dropped down that road. That's where I grew up at. So it's actually the back street of the high school that I went to. That my whole family lives on that back road, man. So, you know, a lot of people, you know, they started knocking stuff down, and for me, man, it's always been giving back to my people. So, you know, to be able to do that, man, that'd be the biggest purchase for me.
That is awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I really
I
like
think
him.
he's going to fit in just fine in
Yeah.
Titletown.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming through because there were a couple of interviews. Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, no, if we could, I'm sure it'll be up in just a little bit, but apparently he made a really good speech at the podium, which I don't know if we'd get dinged for any sort of copyright stuff, but I'm excited, dude. I did not expect that. I didn't expect the Packers to actually pick a wide receiver, and I didn't expect Golden to be there. And I'm happy. I'm just kind of like, now that it's over, and I'm almost shocked in a way. Like that just happened. We just picked a wide receiver. It was one of the highest touted receivers in the draft, and we actually did it. Like I'm trying to sit here. I knew who he was. We all know who he was.
That's a good thing, right?
I don't even know what to. I'm
Can we
smiling
just take
right
a
now.
second? Listen, I don't mean to toot my own damn horn, but y'all, we went around.
Yeah,
the
he
room
did
with-
say it.
Yeah.
I'm fired up about it.
He took the
Give him his
easy way.
props.
All right, give me a screen grab here, Tim. Let's hear. You guys probably already seen this on the TV, but here was Mark Murphy at the podium making the pick. Let's see what the crowd does for here. It's only 19 seconds.
For the first time since 2002, draft a wide receiver. Listen to this crowd. Oh, baby. Matthew Golden, wide receiver of Texas. And he's here. And
Oh, I'm fired up. That is awesome.
That is awesome.
So, only to the best of my knowledge, only 3 wide receivers in the history of the Packers have been taken in the first round. 2002, Javon Walker. Before that was James Lofton. No. Right before that, Sterling Sharp,
Sterling
Hall
Sharp.
of Famer, and James Lofton, Hall of Famer. So we're 2 for 3 on Hall of Famers.
Now Goody trades back into the first and picks up his last guy that he won.
Oh, we actually had a prediction already on this. Hit this Bates thing, then we'll go to the next video. United Bates with the super chat. Thank you. Says has to be out of body experience to be drafted by the team, hosting and having 100,000 plus people cheering. Happy for this young man. Thank you for the super chat, Bates. It's a great point. Give me another screen grab, Tim. We got another.
That's well said by Bates, man.
Yeah. Now listen, if you've got kids in the room, I don't know what's going to be said here. Okay, and it's a perfect screen grab to use, Tim. By the way.
Oh, what about this one?
This is Mad Mel Kiper on the Pat McAfee show. Okay, and this is him talking about Matthew Golden. Listen, I'm being the guy in the front row in the fly.
Who in the hell is Mel Kiper in a way?
Boy,
sorry for the language. Hopefully, I warned you, but again, that's what you get with Mad Mel.
Just real quick update while we were doing that. The Vikings selected Donovan Jackson or Jones, whatever the interior lineman. And just now the Giants traded up and they just started showing Jackson Dart hugging his family right now.
Wow. Uh-oh. So it is going to be Jackson Dart. Wow.
It looks like that way.
And Milroe are still on the board.
The fact that the Vikings picked and didn't trade back, they only have 4 picks.
Dude, and then they took an interior offensive lineman. Like, isn't their GM supposed to be this absolute genius phenom? Kwesi Ofono or whatever his name is?
Adolfo Mensa?
Whatever.
Best on the board. Will Johnson is the best on the board still.
Did you already update the vertical?
Dude, I'm so we
I got you.
drafted Matthew Golden and we took a wide receiver and
Let's hear some excitement out of your voice.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm just shocked. I really am shocked. I feel like
we're closing in on 6,000 people live, Jacob. A little life out of you would be nice.
I'm trying to show you all the life I got. I'm just looking at his PFF grades here. Played 16 games last year or this last season. Played 118 slot snaps, 376 out wide. He was targeted 83 times, just shy of 1,000 yards receiving. He averaged 17 per. He had 9 touchdowns. The drop rate was 6.5%. That's not bad at all. Contested catch rate was a 61%. He only had a 65.2 grade against man coverage and a receiving grade of 75.6. So I think that's probably why I do put a lot of stock into PFF, and probably that's why I wasn't so high on him. It just
So
when I
go ahead, Jake. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I got to watch more film because the few clips they show on ESPN, of course, that's his highlights. You're going to be excited about it, but I'm excited. I'm happy.
So the Giants passed on. This is according to Ari Mirov. Because in the Giants passed on Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders, who they did work on for months. Dart is the quarterback Brian Daboll coveted. So the Giants are taking Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart at number 25.
Jackson Dart sitting 68th on the PFF big board, 80th and 22, 10th and 23, 3rd and 24. They had him. PFF actually had him on their big board 193 at first, consensus 82. And then Greg Tosell did like him. We had a -3 for him there, but nice. That's what we're talking about. You reaching on quarterbacks, Jacob. You see it on the horizontal board there. He's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiers down. And you skipped over Milroe and Shedeur, who are in tiers above them.
Yep, and a lot of other talent too. King Tron, you know why Jackson Dart just went. King Tron says, my lungs will never financially recover from this. So his lung darts from Jackson Dart to lung darts. There's a connection there. I mean, I'm kind of, how are you guys feeling right now? I'm getting more and more pumped. I'm getting more and more pumped as we go on, just because I'm thinking about the jerseys. Also too for this is we got to get Golden Face somehow involved in this. The memes are going to be coming. All right. Josh Martin has a super chat saying, I say we will draft another wide receiver tomorrow. Hey, what if Jacob's not so crazy and the mock draft we put out we went wide receiver first round, wide receiver second round? Sure. Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Shout out to Arles Santos, right, Ryan, who watches or listens to the show all the time and a big Packernet fan. We kind of met through Ryan Schlitt. Obviously, we were both listening to Packernet podcast. He messaged me a DM and said, when he said, quote, first time since 2002, I almost lost my poopy. He used another one. Literally screaming, go, Pack, go. Love it.
Something that just was brought to my attention that we really should have highlighted earlier. Golden, 21.7 years old.
Well,
Goody
Falcons are moving back
DiCaprio
to the right spot.
strikes again.
Looks like, according to Adam Schefter trade, Falcons are moving back into the first round to the Rams spot at 26.
What are they taking? Edge defender.
They're taking Jaden Milrow.
The
I think
Falcons.
so.
Oh, yeah, I was
Watch
gonna
him.
say,
Watch him. I bet you they take Mike Green or Burt or Pierce or something.
Yeah, I could see that. They need defensive help.
You guys think Shadir is going to fall all the way out of the first? I think so.
It feels like it.
It's looking like it.
He was cocky, right?
Yep.
He was cocky. Here's the we've also got the tweet from earlier today. So this was legit, guys. This was Clay Matthews sending the tweet out of the paper that he had. It was literally written from Donald J. Trump. It says, "My fellow Americans, the Bears still suck." And he put, "Thanks, POTUS." I don't know if it was actually written by him or not, but he definitely tagged President Trump.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I got the Clay jersey on for it. Love it.
What a fun draft. What a fun draft.
Biz
Biz, not
1987
87.
just
He's fired.
just
Yeah.
reiterates that. Let's go.
He said, "Let's go, guys."
Look at Bates with the quick update from Patreon. Jerry Weiss Corbly winning the draft giveaway so far. She was the only one with gold in the 23.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice. Who's she have at 54? We gotta pull up her mock.
she said, "Gentlemen, sit down." Let me show you how to
Step
do it.
aside.
Love it.
Jeez. Wow.
Jacob, read this for me.
I like her. Oh man.
Let's see if we got anything else. I want to say there was another interview with Matthew Golden. I wanted to.
There was one more. He gave a speech at the end. I don't know if they'll have it.
That's what I was gonna say. If you could find that while you guys are doing that, if we had to evaluate right now the NFC North and what they've done, obviously we got the Burrs. What are you doing?
What do you see this tweet, bro? This is gold. Look, somebody tweeted this out. Look, Aaron Rodgers seeing a wide receiver being drafted by the Packers in round one.
Oh man.
Sorry, go ahead, Jake. Keep going.
I can't. when what we just saw with the NFC North with the Bears with their pick, obviously the Vikings and ourselves. What do you grade that? What do you think? I think Emilio, like what he said with Donovan Jackson being one of only 4 picks, I shouldn't say wasting, but using it as one of your 25% of your picks is going to be on an interior offensive lineman in a draft where maybe they couldn't trade back. You know what I mean? Because the Packers, it sounded like they were right before him trying to trade back. What if they got the same treatment?
Wow.
What?
Listen to this. So from Field Yates, Falcons traded pick 46, 242 in their 2026 first round pick.
That's what Goody was trying to get. What?
The Rams trade pick 26 and 101.
Wow.
They gave up a next year first round pick for this.
Look at this shot of Matthew Golden.
Wow.
The sombrero.
Dude, I need that sombrero.
How is he always in the photos? Is that guy CIA or something?
Maybe, Jacob. You never know.
Just saying.
Never know, sir.
Oh, Johnny.
Jackson Dart is off the board. All right. So,
Oh, yeah.
who's on the clock right now? It's the Falcons, right?
Correct.
The pick is in. So they traded with Baltimore. Is that right?
They traded
No,
with
no.
the Rams.
Rams. Got it. Okay.
Baltimore's 27.
Trying to get caught up on all the. I'm fired up about this Matthew Golden pick, man. The big talk was like, man, we ain't gonna have Christian Watson to stretch the field, right? I think we're gonna pick.
James
there
Pierce
it
Jr.
is. Call it, Tim. Tell him about it.
James Pierce Jr. to the Falcons.
That makes a ton of
They
sense.
traded back in to get him.
Went and got their guy.
Not a far drive, though. Couple hours down there from UT to the old dome down there.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get James Pierce.
And that was the highest edge defender on our board, correct?
That is correct. Yep, he's going to ATL.
So
That leaves
edge
the
twice.
only one left up there in the early 10s is Will Johnson. He is 10th overall on the board. Then you have Shadura 17, Mike Green at 18.
Okay.
So Atlanta doubled with that edge.
They did, didn't
Wow.
So they go Michael, is that right?
Yep.
Oh wow, yeah.
Not Jalen Walker.
They went Jalen Walker, and then they went James Pierce. Man,
So in a draft where the Packers had never taken a wide receiver in however long since Javon Walker, and I believe the narrative was the Falcons hadn't taken an edge in the last like 20 years or something like that, and they take 2. That's crazy.
Yep. You're making me feel good about getting Jaden Higgins tomorrow.
If it comes
If
crashing,
that happened, I would. Oh my gosh.
if it comes crashing down, Jacob, he is going to bring the wrath down.
I mean, I'm not even kidding, man. What if that is if we do 2 wide receivers and then just cook after? I would just pass out and just wake up after day 3 and just be like, what else happened? We good?
Hey, check this out, man. Dane Brugler's wide receiver list, he had Matthew Golden number 2 behind Ted McMillan.
Wow.
I was going to go to his write-up real quick, see if we can get a quick little scouting report on him.
ATL is so excited, but man, they forgot that they're not going to have a first rounder next year.
Yeah. Yeah, right here, like you were saying, Falcons received the 26th overall pick and a 3rd round pick. The Rams received a 2025 second round pick, 7th round pick, and a 2026 first round pick. That's a lot of dough. The buzz is back.
The buzz is back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't my wireless mouse, huh, fellas?
Yeah. And it was.
See?
It wasn't the same.
It definitely was.
It was. Okay. I'm so sick of being abused in this house. I can't wait to get back on that plane, Jake. They treated me so bad here.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
I
Just
know.
run the mic right in. Switch them. That's the only thing I can think of. This might be causing it.
Still there, King Tron says.
Then yeah, you can try to run the mic direct to the computer. Jacob, take over for 2 seconds.
Yeah, talk for a minute, Jake.
Gotcha. All right. Well, in the chat, guys, hit me up. I just saw that Andy Watkins is talking about Trey Amos. If we had to stick and pick, come back in round 2, what would be your preference as to what we would go, whether that be a positional player or just the player in general? I mean, me personally, so we're coming back at 54, right? I don't think that Jaden Higgins is going to stay and be there. I could see a Trey Harris being there. I could see another type of wide receiver that we may like a little better, but in realistic, I'm looking more at DB. I'm starting to look at D tackle because I really do feel like that's what I was thinking. Greg Capel, whatever that is there. TJ Sanders just to me seems like he is the pick. If we can get him in that range, I mean, I was even willing to take him at 23, but if he does happen to be there at 54, I feel like that you would sprint that pickup if you could get him. Actually, if you look at our Emilio amazing board right here, TJ Sanders is, so Derek Harmon's gone, Tyleik Williams, TJ Sanders is after him, and then it's Alfred Collins. I do like Alfred Collins as well. Coach Len saying Sanders. I really like that. John Smith is saying Sanders or Birch. Deadfish saying Sanders or Collins. Again, I like all of those guys. We're just going to have to see what the best available is, which is something that we just saw in the first round. I never in my wildest dreams thought that Matthew Golden was going to be there. And that's why I'm a little bit it's not that I don't like the pick. I really do like the pick. It's been, you guys know this, it's been years without having a wide receiver. It's been years without doing the conventional thing that everybody thinks you're going to. It's, I think, what made Mel Kiper Jr. drop like 18 F-bombs there. So it's an interesting scenario right now, one that I definitely didn't pick or I think was going to happen. Eric Sutherland saying James Pierce, only one not happy with that pick. I saw some other people in the chat saying that Pierce does not look happy about where he's going. So there is that. Josh Martin with the super chat. Thank you, sir. He says trade back up into that first round for Will Johnson. Man, I have to disagree. I don't trust Will Johnson's injury history, and I don't want to give up anything else for compensation wise. You know what I mean? But Coach Lund says Morrison. I would love that. He does have the injuries as well. Isn't it crazy, guys, that the cornerback position has fallen? We talked about quarterbacks and cornerbacks possibly falling, and Shedeur clearly is. But I did not expect the cornerback position to be fallen the way it is right now. Absolutely not. But as the guys try to see if they can fix that little crinkle crackle here, if I personally was sitting there at 54, I would be looking. I think to reference what Clayton was talking about earlier, a lot of the picks, like the Schwager and another gentleman picked Matthew Golden. I believe they also came back around and said that JT Tuimalalo, or however you say that, I'm sure I just messed that up.
I think we're good.
Either. You guys good over there?
Any crackle?
I don't hear no crack yet. Could be a crackhead. The sun's pretty good right now.
All right, well, we'll see if that fixes it or not. Well, we got that stretched all the way out there.
Oh yeah, no, we're making her work.
Get this thing taped together over here, Jake, just like the office. You know what I'm saying?
We use a lot of
Here's
Super
Dave
Bowl.
Brugler's positives real quick on Matthew Golden. Above average focus at catch point with fast, steady hands, superb body control to turn and frame the football mid-air, tracks the ball well downfield, often had to slow and adjust his track with Quinn Ewers' steep balls. What a shot at Quinn.
That is across the bow.
Much stronger than expected, especially when finishing catches through contact. Impressive awareness post-catch, immediately changing run angles to make first man miss. Averaged at least 20 yards per catch in 10 of his 16 games in 24. Returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns in 23. Career 25.8 yards per kick return, 28 attempts for 722 yards, 2 touchdowns. Very self-confident and embraces competition. He emerged as the top option in Texas's talent-rich wide receiver room in 2024. Coaches trusted him to play every wide receiver position in the playbook.
The Ravens taking Malachi Starks, safety out of Georgia.
That makes sense.
Put him back there.
Pair him with Mr. Kyle.
That's going to be a hell of a set.
First safety to come off the board, a tier 4 player, but the best safety we had.
I was going to ask you, was he our top-ranked safety?
He was. He was.
Just confirm.
23.8 grade on him.
This board has been awesome.
Mm-hmm. Coach,
man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Coach was trying to say that Ewers has had a bum shoulder all year, so don't maybe throw too much smoke on him.
Okay.
Sounds like,
We'll back off a little bit.
I feel like
He's put some wild yams on that thing. You know what I mean, Jacob?
Sure.
Jacob said we got wild yams at the office.
God. I feel like that Quinn Ewers was one where like 2 or 3 years ago, all I heard was Quinn Ewers. He's going to be the number 1 draft pick, all this. And then he just completely kind of fell off. Like,
yeah.
Is it, I guess I would say maybe that's why the injury that definitely caught up with him there. Man, I can't believe we got Matthew Golden. I really just can't even, I'm still processing this right now. So what does that mean?
What's that, Jacob?
No, I'm just trying to think, like, where does that shift the draft chart, the depth chart immediately? Like, what does he do? Does he come in? Were you able to grab his acceptance speech or whatever, or like whatever he did?
He's actually going to be, Packers have a live feed going right now of him first time speaking to Packers. He's not on there yet, but I'll have Clay jump to it when he does.
Oh, that's perfect.
Gotcha.
So we'll get that firsthand.
I like what Hire Coop is saying here, saying that Golden is a field stretcher, vertical threat. I mean, that's exactly what we needed was a Christian Watson replacement. And I think that I know for myself, maybe Tim, whatever, we figured, all right, well, Christian Watson, tall, long, lengthy, fast, speed demon. Like, we have to get that exact prototype. You know, Matthew Golden, I believe, is about 6 foot 6'1", 195, but 4.29 speed. I mean, other than like Xavier, what's his name? The guy that was in KC, I'm sure Affam knows his name. He was like what, like a 4.2 or 4.23 or something like that. So it's like, other than a few guys, he really does seem like he has the speed, but he's not just a speed demon. Like, you think about guys like John Ross, and those types of prospects that came out and they were absolute speed demons, but they Worthy. Thank you, Rick. They just really weren't good receivers. They weren't good football players, but they could run a hell of a 40. but I feel like that finally, and maybe hopefully for once, we did pick a player that has the traits, the physical RAS specificities, all that kind of crap, and they also have the ability to be just simply a good football player, which is Jeff is saying he's only 5'11", so that's they PFF has him listed at 6'1", so I said let's call him 6 foot. Turns out he's probably maybe 5'11" and like 7/8 or something like that. But whatever the case is, there, maybe if we get some time when we catch up, I'm sure we'll look over his RAS board. We'll look over his measurables. I could try to pull him up on draft.
He's more than a slot though, right?
Oh yeah, he played 3/4 of his snaps out wide and 1/4 in the slot. So I'm
just saying with the build, a lot of times those guys with that body type they get typecast in the slot, and clearly he's not.
Yeah, with the Ravens taking Malachi Starks, I think we're in business here. Looking at the board, if you take this, we have Will Johnson here at pick 10. He is still available right now, which is kind of crazy to think. Following there, we have Shedeur at 17, Mike Green at 18, and then our next best would be Campbell at 22, Connerly at 23, and Simmons at 24. What's up,
dude? Emilio, honestly, when you look at this board, this tells me that you, Clayton, Tim, you guys did this the right way. Look at who's left there. Will Johnson, because of the concerns of injury, he's clearly the best player, but everybody's staying away from him. Who's next? Yep. Shedeur Sanders, a quarterback that people think is maybe like the second, third, fourth best out of a really weak class. People aren't ready to pull the trigger on him. Mike Green, who's left there, off the field concerns, even though he's a freak. Jihad Campbell, injury concerns. People think he's not even ready to be on the field by the start of the freaking year. Same thing with Josh Simmons. Same thing with Chavon. I mean, like, honestly, the board is crushing it right now. It really is.
Actually, it really does speak to you. And then looking at the horizontal board at the same time, Jacob, it's like, okay, you have a couple tackles there, but one of them has an injury. You have 2 corners there. 2 of them have injuries. The linebacker, like you said, injury. So that's why you kind of see him start reaching down into the 3rd, 4th, 5th tier, getting beyond there horizontally, just so that we can. I mean, the Packers pick was in the 1, 2, 3, 4. He was the 5th tier. There was 4 players in that tier: Matthew Golden, Tyler Booker, who was already taken by the Cowboys, Tyleik Williams, and Xavier Watts, the safety out of Notre Dame. That's who's in that tier with Matthew Golden. So I'm really not mad at it. Looking at it more and more, you can't be mad at kind of where we ended up with.
Pick is in. Detroit Lions selecting Ohio State defensive tackle Tyleik Williams.
And there goes the other dude in that. There goes the other dude in that tier.
Wow.
So we've gone ahead. Tyleik Williams here, 36 on our board. He was a Spade 30 visit. We are going to go ahead and move him over to 28, and he is going to go to Detroit, and I'm going to give up the command center.
Oh, boy. All right, so Detroit gets better in the trenches. I think we could all say that one is pretty much –
I thought they were going to take Mike Green. I really did.
I did too.
Too. I mean, they already have Hutchinson, so you might as well bring in a little bit of weight on the inside. Yeah,
a little beef on that line.
Man, all right.
So the question is, where do we think the Packers go tomorrow?
Corner.
I was just saying, corner or D-line?
Mandy just in the kitchen just now said, God, I hate that Maxwell's fell this far. I'll be Maxwell Harrison in the 2nd round.
That would be amazing. Might be Will Johnson.
Yeah.
All cornerbacks are falling right now. That's what's crazy is
that could prove to be really good for us.
You're right.
Taking a receiver here in the 1st.
Clayton, when you were gone, me and Amelia were just looking at the board and thinking this board makes so much sense when you look at who's left, even though their talent level is so high. Will Johnson, injury concerns. Shedeur Sanders, character / need / fit concerns. Mike Green, character concerns. Yep. Jihad Campbell, injury concerns. Josh Connerly, at one point, people just haven't really seen him do a lot. Josh Simmons, injury concerns. Savone, injury concerns. Other than that, we're right there, dude. Like, it's
very true.
It's crazy.
It's so cool how the board talks to you.
It is. Yeah.
So that was Tyleik Williams went to the Lions. I hate that.
I hate it too.
They just continue to build the trenches, don't they, man?
Yep. I was a little off. I was convinced that we were going to go that route after losing, a couple key guys. So I think going receiver here in the first, if you're going to do it, Matthew Golden was the dude. I think we have him live.
Down.
All right, so we got to be careful with this because they're showing this on YouTube. It's showing highlights of what I'm seeing.
He's talking the whole
He is
time.
talking. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get. If you'll give me a screen grab, Tim, we're gonna go here to Matthew Golden, who should be talking on the Packers X feed.
If not, we might need to rewind it.
Yeah, we may go back here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, he's talking.
You got around the coaching staff. Man, it was remarkable. Definitely a great organization. And like I said, man, I'm so happy to be here and just get ready to go to work.
Get ready to go.
Wes Hodgwitz.
Hey Matthew, congratulations. Your speed obviously shoots off the page, but how do you incorporate that into your game, and how do you think that'll translate to the next level?
Yeah, I definitely understand the game so well to where I could tempo my routes to where I don't have to run full speed. I just know where my breaking points need to be, wherever the defender is. I got a lot in my game. I could play inside, play out. I could also take the top off. So, whatever the team needs me to do, I'm definitely that guy they need to do that.
Ryan Wood.
Matthew, you said you had a good relationship with the Packers, and also on that top 30 visit, you kind of felt they were fitting to come get you. So when that moment comes, they're on the clock, you're still available. Are you thinking this is it, or what? Can you just take us through what you were thinking in your mind?
Definitely a lot of emotions, man. It all go back to, wanting to be drafted in the first round. And, I knew it was an opportunity each team. When the Packers came, I had a feeling, like I said, that they was going to come get me. And, once I got the call, I answered and they told me they was picking me, man. So it was a lot of excitement.
Bill Huber.
I read about Coach Sarkisian at Texas talking about how you would earn the trust between you and him and you and Quinn. How do you as a receiver do that? Because you're going to be kind of entering the same situation here as being the new guy.
Being reliable, man. In critical situations, I always showed up. When our back was against the wall, they could count on me to come out with a big play, and that's something I kept doing continuously. And coming here, that's definitely the same mindset I'm bringing. To make big plays and come out here and win games. Like I said, man, I'm bringing that chip on my shoulder, like I got something to prove. I'm putting my best foot forward.
Kelly Hallinan.
Hey, Matthew, have you had a chance to check on your phone? How many messages do you have, and what's been the reaction from your friends and other family members?
My phone in my pocket right now. It's been going off since I walked that stage. And, man, when I went out there and, I got in there where the fans were and I got on the big stage, man, that was the best feeling I ever had in my whole life.
Mike Spofford.
Hey, Matthew, congratulations. What did you think you were going to run in the 40 at the combine, and just what was your personal reaction to the 4.29?
Yeah, I knew I was going to run fast. During my workouts, I was continually hitting 4.30, 4.31, 4.32. I knew my adrenaline was going to be going, so I already knew I was going to run a good time. When I got out there, I was so locked in. I feel like it was make or break it. And for me, everything, I put it to where everything was on the line for me. That's when I perform my best, when the lights turn on.
Paul Brettel.
Hey, Matthew, congratulations. Two of your biggest games last season came in the college football playoffs. Can you just speak to those performances in those big games?
Yeah, and it just go back to when them lights turn on, man, playing at the biggest stage, I always told myself I wanted to do that. So, going to Texas, I knew I was going to have the opportunity to play against great opponents, but, play at the highest level. So just knowing whenever them lights turn on, it's time to go. And that's the mindset I got.
Rob Domofsky.
That you had or have a relationship with, a connection to from the past, or did you know anybody in this organization in that way?
Can you repeat that? It was breaking up, my fault.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Do you have any ties or connections with anybody here, whether it's players, coaches, scouts, anybody in this organization?
No, sir.
Okay.
My last visit was my first time meeting everyone.
Ryan Wood.
Not sure if one of those text messages you've got yet is from Jordan Love, but I'm sure it won't be very long. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on your new quarterback? How much have you watched him to this point? How much are you looking forward to getting to meet him?
And I'm ready. Talented quarterback can get out the pocket and make plays. And he damn sure can throw the ball. So just knowing that I'm letting him know as soon as I see him, man, you got a reliable target. You can trust me. But, trust is built over time. So going out there, like I said, and competing and gaining everyone's trust, that's where it first starts. So once I get that, I'm still going to keep working. But, they can rely on me whenever they need me.
I don't listen too much Taylor Swift.
Ding, 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 ding. Commanders select offensive tackle Josh Connolly Jr. at number 29. He did have injury concerns, but he was he didn't have injury concerns. They actually took him ahead of Josh Simmons, who had the injury concerns.
I just want to say this. It took pick 29 for offensive tackle to pass interior offensive lineman taken.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yep.
And again, exactly like the board fell too.
Yep.
That was best available.
Tim just pointed out our offensive tackles went perfectly in order. 1, 2, 3, 4. So pretty cool.
So Emilio, is best available still Will Johnson?
That is correct. Yep.
Where did Barron go?
Barron went to we have him right here.
He went to the Broncos.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right. Okay.
Yep, you have Will Johnson at 10 still, Shadur, Mike Green, Jahad Campbell, Josh Simmons. And then if you're looking at the horizontal, what's that?
Luther Burden. Yeah, Luther Burden's up there too.
Yep. Yeah, if you're looking at the horizontal board in tier 3, all that's left is Shadur, Mike Green, and Will Johnson. And then we're in tier 4 with Luther Burden, Josh Simmons, Ezraku, Landon Jackson, Nick Scorton, Jahad Campbell, Shavon, and Nick Emanwari.
And did Omarion Hampton go somewhere?
He did. Yep.
Where'd he go?
Didn't he? Yeah, he went to the Chargers at 22.
Right. Okay. Wow.
Just to say thank you to still everybody watching on live here. We got over 5,600 people watching on Twitter, over 200 watching on. We're pushing almost 6,000 people watching live. So
awesome.
Cannot thank y'all enough.
Yeah, it's been a great night, man. This has been a blast. Absolute blast.
And it's only going to get better tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Got that right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the plan is for us to go live again tomorrow. We're going to finish this first round out here tonight, obviously. But tomorrow we'll go live again for the second and third round. Emilio may go back to the draft if he wants to. Get y'all some live footage over there, like on boots on the ground type thing. Which, by the way, shout out to the Packers. They've got a ton of cell phone towers there. Usually you're at a game, Jacob, and your cell phone won't work, right? And this and that. Bro, perfect. Had better service there than anywhere else in Green Bay.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It's true.
So I was trying to find our little write-up we did on Matthew Golden on the Patreon group. Because I wanted to I'm trying to remember, guys, wasn't he the one his best career game in college was in the SEC championship?
Yep.
The biggest game. I just wanted to confirm that. I wasn't going to read the entire article, but just
King Tron was wondering, is this going up on podcast form?
It will go on. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Tron. We'll do it. We'll probably have to break it into like 3 parts, I would imagine, because it's such a long stream, But yeah, we'll definitely get it up in podcast form, man. So appreciate you asking.
They're saying a pick is in for the Buffalo Bills. Y'all got any tip picks on that?
Nothing yet. Let me see if I can. Let me search Ari real quick. Ari's probably got it.
Man, I'm still on cloud 9, man.
Yeah, that was a good take. I mean, and honestly, just how the board fell, really.
Yeah.
Yep.
Reached on a couple, like we said, we got those interior alignment out of there.
Yep. And like you said, Jacob, like we didn't think Matthew Golden was even going to be in play at that point in the draft. So
I really didn't know.
Yeah.
Here's Matthew Golden coming out of high school. 4-star recruit from Klein Cain High School in Houston. Texas. Matthew Golden entered the 2022 class as an electrifying talent, 6 foot 185. He boasted elite speed, clocking a reported 4.4 second 40-yard dash and exceptional hands. The senior film showcased contested catch prowess, crisp cuts, and yards after catch elusiveness, earning him the number 15 ranking among Texas prospects and number 43 nationally among wide receivers per 24/7 Sports. He initially committed to TCU, flipped to Houston, where recruiters saw him as a speed merchant with slot outside flexibility. Yeah, look at that catch right there. One-handed grab. Love it. College statistics, we won't go through them all. I just wanted to point out the SEC game. I'm pretty sure it was him. Injury, character concerns, draft projection. Maybe it wasn't him. I'm trying to think. It might have been a different write-up we did too. Yeah.
Seems like the Falcons or Steelers. That's crazy. Thinking about what the Falcons and Steelers took. Falcons took 2 edge rushers, and the Steelers took a D lineman. That's crazy.
You know, I was surprised too. I didn't realize he did a lot of returning like he does.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want him to
trade.
do that. I don't want him to do that.
We got to trade. Eagles are trading 32 and 164 to the Chiefs to move up to 31.
What?
Yep.
What?
We should have a pick from Buffalo here in a second. Yep. So that's 164. That's 4th round pick.
Mm-hmm. End of the
And-
4th.
Yeah. Yeah.
They kept
Did
the
we figure out
Bills,
who Buffalo picked? I'm sorry.
they kept it under wraps. Already doesn't have it, so they've got someone announcing it right
Oh
now.
no, they took Maxwell.
That
makes sense. Harrison.
Maxwell Harrison. I
Wow.
love it. There's Maxwell Harrison.
Oh,
I thought you'd be happy
Damn
for him.
it.
You wanted
I have to go to the Bills.
This is how I
It'll
felt
be a long
with my guy
night.
Rakestraw last year. Yeah.
I like the Bills. Why don't you like the Bills?
I mean, it's fine. I mean,
It's fine.
Maxwell Harrison, 76 on the board. Senior Bowl captain.
he's such.
He was hurt last year, else he probably would have been right in the 40s. PFF had him 74th. Consensus had him 62. Crushed the Senior Bowl. Crushed RAS. And Greg Cosell loved him.
Elder Grimm's impersonating Mandy. He says, "The Beatles."
The Bills? She's over doing the Cats chant. Oh, C-A-T-S, Cats, Cats, Cats.
They do that at the club too. It's crazy.
They go, she's old.
I love him so
Hey.
much. Look how happy he is.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's like genuinely the
Look at that
most,
Kentucky blue we got.
Mm-hmm.
You see
That's
the
clean.
inside of his jacket? It's pictures of his whole entire childhood. Like, yes.
am I the only one who thinks the Eagles are going to take Mike Green, and that's why they moved
Oh,
up?
that's exactly what's going to happen.
I feel like that's for sure.
I can see that.
Mike Green.
Man, you need to calm down. This is a family program.
Oh man, that would have been cool to see him out there with CG.
Did you see that just then? What just cat play?
2023 was unbelievable.
And Amelia was bigger than him.
Just
It really was.
yeah, we got the photo to prove it.
Emilio got back to the table after
Did
standing
she
next
call
to
you Armilio?
Yeah.
He got back to the table after meeting Maxwell, and he said, "Clayton, if I was faster, I could have played.
I probably
the
could have
league."
played. I probably could have
That's
done
a pretty
something,
important thing.
man. Yeah, I need to hit the ladder a couple more times.
All right.
I mean,
You would think Philly would have their mind made up already
Mhm.
if they moved
Right.
to go here. So
Kansas City's like, yeah, we're used to picking 32nd, no problem.
they-
we'll take that extra thing.
Oh, there it is.
Is it
The
Jihad?
The Eagles are selecting with the number 31 pick, Alabama linebacker Jihad Campbell.
Wow. Man, dude.
Oh,
Pick.
wow.
oh look, this is Maxwell's family. Remember them?
Yeah.
They were up.
They were sitting right behind us.
So I know the whole family at this point.
That was
I know.
best available on the Shador Sanders on our board, right, Emilio?
That's Robin. Yes. Yep. Yeah, the best available on the board would would leave Shedeur Sanders.
Other than Will Johnson. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Will Johnson still on the
How
board.
about these quarterbacks, boys? Got Shedeur Sanders and Jalen Milroe on the board. What if Jalen Milroe goes before Shedeur Sanders?
I think he might. I think he honestly might.
It's realistic.
Deion
It's probably Cleveland, right? At 33.
Dude, Deion Sanders is gonna. He's gonna.
This is typically where you start talking too about a team climbing up to 32 to get that 5th-year option on a quarterback.
Yeah.
So maybe the Chiefs, not the Chiefs. Who's
Kansas City just traded back.
Yeah, so the Chiefs could potentially trade back again, right?
Which, to Emilio's point, would make sense. They're used to picking late in the first
That'd
anyway.
be fine.
Why not dump it and add more value in later rounds?
That looked beautiful.
Jake G 126 says, "Let's go." We just left the draft. We got a new receiver, boys.
You need to slide your high cap down one down on Emilio because Will Johnson. Did Will Johnson go before him?
No,
Oh, he
still
went
on the board. Yep.
That's crazy.
Andy Monday says the Eagles have no picks after the 5th round, which makes some sense now as to why they probably.
Oh, this is why they move up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Get your guy, right?
Mandy says she's going to bed. She's upset that Maxwell Harrison's a Buffalo.
Stay out of Emilio's race car. All right, that's for him.
Too old for this. Does anyone have an update on the mental health of Jake Shavink? Still dealing with Colston Loveland?
The mental health check on Jake.
Oh, man. That one I didn't have on my big old card.
Yeah. I don't think he's doing well.
All right, let's go to the board here. You want to?
Coach Land says, what if Tyler Shuck goes before Shedeur?
I could see it. I could see it.
Well, yeah, the way this draft's shaping up, I could totally see it.
I remember multiple podcasts where they're like, hey, just so you guys know, like the Shedeur Sanders stuff is just a product of his daddy being very loud, obnoxious, and people just trying to literally like say, okay, yeah, he's going to be a 1st-round draft pick and like just blowing smoke up his butt. So this could be epic. Epic.
Prince in the chat. Shavink's been doing better since his call to restart the draft was ignored.
Oh boy. Josh Martin says that Shedeur got the ego check that he's desperately needed. I'm sure that's true, but honestly, you can't fault the kid when his dad has probably been piping in absolute nothing but propaganda into his ears for his whole life.
Easton Butler just tweeted, Jair Alexander just followed new Packers wide receiver Matthew Golden.
Oh,
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
What's that? What's that? Can you say it louder, Emilio?
Go ahead, Emilio.
Easton Butler said Jair Alexander just followed new Packers wide receiver Matthew Golden on Instagram.
I'm back to 70-30, guys. 70-30.
Knew you
Heard it
would
here.
be. Knew you
Buckets
would be.
Golden Bag saying that Jai is gonna stay.
Do we need to get buckets back on the grind now that we got Matthew Golden here? We
Take
need
a
to do a little digging.
sabbatical, man. I don't know where he's at. Let the running.
Wait a
down.
minute.
That's
Buckets
killing
Goldenberg, Matthew Golden. Now we know where's Ben.
You know, it makes sense. It was there the whole time.
Classic.
What a fun first round, man.
Oh
That's a
boy.
Let's go. Good primer for day 2 tomorrow.
Okay.
Guys, we're 45 spots away from hitting 6K. Let's go.
Oh, let's
Oh,
go,
man.
guys. Hey, help us hit 6,000 real quick.
If we
you're
hit
on-
6,000, I'll
retweet this.
We'll watch Jacob do 5 pull-ups.
I wish I could do 5.
I was gonna say that's
That's
I'm
pretty
standing on Emilio.
Yeah,
You
no,
guys-
Like little
you guys
giants.
would-
yeah, on the bucket. Yep, absolutely.
If you're on X, retweet this. If you've already retweeted it, undo that retweet and retweet it again.
Retweet it again.
If you're on YouTube,
Exactly.
feel free to share it. Like the stream. That'll boost the
Sub
algorithm.
it.
Yeah,
Feel free to sub to the
subscribe.
channel. All that good stuff. We appreciate
And
it.
if you want the rest of the board, I'm gonna take a second once we get off here, update it so we can have the scratched off version put into Patreon. So
Respect Oranges. Jacob will show his quote routine from the Oval.
the routine without the poll, Jacob.
It's not a
I want to
routine.
see the floor routine. I want to see the floor routine.
No. There's no
Wash your
routine.
hands, wash your butt, man. That's it. That's all.
If you guys wash your hands, wash your butt. If you guys want access to this board and extra content, you just want to support what we're doing here, scan the QR code in the upper right. That'll send you to patreon.com/Packer fan total access. $3 a month. You can do it for 1 month, $3. That gets you access to everything on the site for a month. You can do annual membership as well. Just a way to support the channel. We'll get you some extra content. And,
What's that?
shop talk breakdowns.
$35 in Chick-fil-A, man. That's 2 meals.
Emilio said, "Man, you can't eat at Chick-fil-A for $35."
I know you got. Have you? Okay, new
God's
plan.
chicken ain't cheap.
New plan. When you go to Chick-fil-A, just order the fillets. Just let me get a spicy fillet. They put it in a little baggie. Don't need the bun. Don't need. Let me just get the protein of the chicken. Order like 3 or 4 of the fillets. It's like $16, and you just get out of there golden. Give me a large
golden.
Golden endorsement. Here it comes.
Read that Josh Martin super chat before I pull my hair out.
Josh Martin says, when Watson comes back and all wide receivers are healthy, who gets left out? Cut. We're not going to carry 7 to 8 wide receivers during the season.
Cheese curds and my stomach hurt all the time, but I do eat them though.
Wow.
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 No, I don't think it's going to be
I
both.
will say this. Imagine a scenario where Christian Watson comes back in November and he just picks up and he's healthy and he's just stretching the field right. Him and Matthew Golden on the field together with Jaden Reed as well. I hate to say it, but you don't sign Dobbs.
Yep.
You extend Christian Watson if he's healthy. Now you've got Christian Watson, Matthew Golden, and Jaden Reed as your wide receivers moving forward with Dontavion Wicks as a solid number 4.
Bo Melton behind him, possibly.
Tim said Jaden Higgins behind them.
Yeah, I would be shocked.
Thank you for
I
the
would
super
be
chat,
shocked.
Josh. Let's just hope that Jaden Higgins doesn't go to the North.
Mm.
Is that Jahad Campbell right there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, he is fired up.
He's going to the Eagles. If you were a defender, got drafted by the Eagles, you'd be fired up too, right?
Yeah, right.
Holy cow.
Dude,
he looks like an Eagle too.
He's such
Look,
a dog.
perfect.
High energy, physical specimen, measured well, team player, team leader. Yeah, he's going to fit right in.
Yep.
What a pick.
Dang, that's cool. Wow,
And
that's
Kansas City's got their pick in already.
Let's go.
I would
Do we have
assume
a
so.
Emilio said, let's go. We're getting into bed, baby. It's only 22-11.
Oh, Ari Miro said Shadur Sanders will officially not go in round 1.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Do it.
Prime time.
Do it.
Maybe him and his brother can get drafted together.
Can we take 2 for 1?
They'll both go in the 5th round.
Emilio, burn of the evening.
Oh, that was a good burn, dude.
That is hilarious.
KC picked. Affam says, finally. God.
Yeah. The moment Affam's been waiting for.
No block, no rock.
Just Taylor Swift.
Oh.
All right. Boy.
We seen anything yet for Kansas City? Jacob, you're a little bit ahead of us.
No, we're just says Chiefs pick us in. Jihad Campbell's out there, just looking excited.
Oh, Goody speaking loud. Oh, there it is. Ari Miroff, the Chiefs are selecting Ohio State left tackle Josh Simmons,
Oh, yes.
number 32, to protect their boy. They know what it's all about. You got to build that wall, Jacob. You know that.
Another one in order.
It's literally tackle right in order.
Look at that.
That's incredible.
That's crazy.
And look at the gap, Jacob. Look at that horizontal board. Once Josh Simmons is gone, look at the you get 3 tiers until you see another tackle.
Yep.
Emilio, you really trying to tell me about gaps? You know where I work, brother.
Oh, Jacob.
Out of control, dude.
All right.
You're an amazing person. You know that, don't you?
So close. 5,994 watching live.
Oh, come
guys.
on.
Send it to 6 of your friends. We'll get Goody on the ticker here. He's I think he's
Oh, 96. Emilio, 6,000. Yay! Emilio, take
You
out a
guys
boob or
are
something.
awesome.
Great.
Wait, what did you say, Jacob?
Nothing.
While everyone's at it, real quick. Patreon.com/Packers fan total access. You can actually message Jacob in there. I think he's on a burner account, but you can actually message him in there if you want to ask him a question.
Yes.
The best pod was when Jacob goes, I actually don't even know how to get on the Patreon. That was the best one, dude.
Hey, I'm a member now. I'm a member. Oh, hey, whoa. Easy now. Whoa.
Man.
Got us about a seventh of our dinner back last night. That's awesome. Oh, we're hanging out with the upper crust. Bates with the hundo tonight. Bates, thank you so much. Bates says, thank you guys for taking time out of your draft experience to bring us a fantastic show. Not enough I can say, but on behalf of the chat and those that couldn't attend, thank you. Go Pack Go. Bates, thank you for the kind words.
Yeah, man. Cannot thank you enough.
I do not have the words.
We're chiseling that stone right now. Bates into the Mount Rushmore.
Goodies
PTA.
Goodies live. Y'all want to hear a little bit of Brian Gutekunst here? Bates, you're the man. Thank you.
Thanks, Bates.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Let's see if we can get Goody pulled up here. And he's going, what y'all think I wasn't going to take no wide receiver? Huh? Get up there and talk your ish.
I feel like it's rude not to leave Bates's chat up the whole day. It's just like
leave it up.
Keep it up.
Leave it up there.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Give me a full screen
There
if
you
you can.
Full.
Because they got a ticker on the right that would get
Kicker.
wonky.
Should we go with that one?
There we go.
There you go.
There we go. All right, here's Brian Gutekunst. Bates is like, please take my super chat.
Put that name in my mouth.
Obviously, he's a very gifted athlete, gifted football player, but he's also just wired exactly how we want our guys in the locker room. I think he's going to fit in really well. With that, I'll take some questions.
I get that. Once the clock, you're on the clock, it's a football decision, right? But Mark mentioned it before announcing Matthew. It's been 23 years. We obviously ask you about it every single year, which I'm sure you'll miss.
Yeah.
Is there any, given the moment, given that it's here, given the drought, is there any even consideration of, wow, this is significant to finally take a receiver in the first round?
I really sent in a different name, but Mark just announced what he announced. So it is what it is. No, I don't know. I didn't think about any of that until he got up there, and then you kind of saw, you saw the crowd. They're all Green Bay fans. You heard the chants and all that kind of stuff, and it was just really cool. But I'll be honest with you, I didn't even think anything like that. We were watching the board. We had a couple players we were discussing. There were trade opportunities, things like that. So you're going through all that and just trying to do what's right for the Packers. So none of that really came before me like that, but afterwards it did. It was just kind of like, wow, that's pretty neat, So.
He's 5'11", which maybe isn't your stereotypical outside receiver frame. Do you think he can play everywhere, and why do you think he can play outside?
Yeah, that's a good question, Matt. So he's kind of above the Mendoza line for that outside, but not by much. Obviously, he has. When you watch him, we thought arguably he had some of the best hands in the draft. Not only coming back to it and running through it, but when he tracked it over his shoulder and stuff too. So he's a strong athlete, So he's really versatile. He's going to do a lot of things, but we certainly felt that he could play outside, and that was important to us.
Brian, what did you like, or what stuck out to you when you sat down with him and he was here on the visit, and any other times you talked to him?
Authentic and genuine. Like, this guy's been through some things now in his young life and come out the other side of it. And I think he's just very authentic and genuine. He knows who he is. He loves football. And I think he's going to be a great teammate around here. So just, again, those were a lot of the things that and we knew that before we sat down with him. And that was what everybody said at Houston and Texas and everybody who's been around him. But it's certainly getting to know him that came through.
He told us he wants to be pushed. Is that what you mean when you say it's wired the way you want to be wired?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of those things, but I just think, this kid wants to be great. He wants to win, so he's been chasing this thing. And like I said, I think he's had adversity in his life and he's come out the other side of it. And the odds were probably stacked against him a little bit. He's no player is perfect. And I think he's one of those guys that is just going to really work hard at to be the best he can be.
You see, or what do you see in him? Do you think he can play a lot and contribute a lot in 25?
I do. We've talked in here before. I mean, I think the world's changed a little bit. It always takes receivers a little bit of time to get going. It used to be kind of that end of year 2, middle of year 3 when they really, things slowed down for them and they could really produce. Certainly we've had a lot of history with that, where that happened. I think because of the high school football and the way they throw it around, 7-on-7s, and just some of the things that have changed on the lower levels, guys are coming in and making an impact quicker. And I certainly think Matthew has the opportunity to do that. Now we got some good players in that room. So he's not going to have to kind of carry the load that way, but I think he has a chance to contribute, not only as a receiver, but I think he's got some special team return ability as well that could help us.
With that said, how much did you feel like this offense, obviously the injury to Christian, the way that the season ended last year, really needed to add an infusion of that type of speed and playmaking at that position?
Yeah, that's good. And I think I told you, I didn't really think we needed to at all. Certainly it's nice to, and we want to add as much talent and competition in that room as we can. I felt really good about our room prior, and if we would have gone a different direction, I would have had no problem doing that. He was, that we had a couple of guys on the board that we really, really liked. And, he just, like I said, I think he won us over, not only his play on the field, but just who he was.
You were at his pro day, right?
The Matthew Golden pick. He just seems like he's in a good spot, man. H.E. Solder with the super chat says that first round board was kind of messed up. Go wide receiver in the second round, go Pat, go. Hey, I could see it both ways. The Matthew Golden pick, it's obvious they had a much higher grade on him than where he's set on our board. At least it kind of felt like that, at least 1 or 2 tiers higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the pick. I really do, man. I think it's again, I just think of Christian Watson being healthy on down the road. And if he does come back healthy to where you can give him that extension, him on one side, Golden on the other, and Jaden Reed underneath. Oh, by the way, Tucker Kraft working underneath as well. Come on, dude. And
then if Tay Wicks takes a step this year, that's just going to make us all the more deeper at wide receiver.
Absolutely, man.
Dude, I think people have forgotten about Musgrave, like where we drafted him. Like we drafted him before Tucker Kraft, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Second round.
Musgrave, second round, and Kraft. Yeah. So let's figure this out. Like, we've got a lot of high draft picks and profile, even still with like on the defensive side of the ball, guys like LVN, like we are building still a young, really qualified group of dudes right here. I mean, I'm excited, dude. I did not expect Matthew Golden in round 1. I just didn't. I thought we'd either trade back or we'd go somewhere else. So, all right, oh man, you guys want to do a mock draft? And
pleasantly surprised, right, Jacob?
How about we plug in? How about it's only an hour?
Jacob, send me the 3 you do tonight before you go to bed.
All right.
We can review them tomorrow morning.
We're only at 4.5 hours, guys. Now hear me out. We start a mock draft, right? And we all plug in exactly who picked what in the first round, and then we go for the next 7 rounds. Let's do it, right?
Yeah,
Jacob. Listen, Bob.
Cannolis.
I've got to figure out a way to get 4 hours and 15 minutes in the podcast form and upload it to the Packernet Podcast Network. And then I got to create the stream for tomorrow. And then I got to go back there and save my marriage. That's what's on tap.
And he's going to make some shorts while he's at it.
And Emilio made me go shopping today.
Yep.
So he couldn't get his nap in. So I could.
I'm just sitting here drinking daddy soda.
Couches at the mall weren't comfy enough, so you had to come home and sleep on the couch here.
I'm just saying, guys, all we need to do is wake up early, do a real quick mock draft, and then, plug her in, get her ready.
Mock draft point, 17 offensive players, 14 defensive players, and 1 defensive players were selected.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Number 1 Packer fan says Peter Pukowski is getting roasted on X for his Golden comments. LOL. So let me guess. He had a bolsterous statement.
Hot take. That's what you might
surely
say.
not a hot.
Isn't he? Wait, doesn't he do this for a living?
He's a pro. We're not on the same level neither.
Gotcha. Wasn't sure.
All right, there you go. So I think that's it. I'm tired. You guys trust it. Seriously, man. Y'all's coverage. Being able to step away and eat 75 cannolis while y'all just talk is a dream come true.
Well, I finished my plate of cannolis, and then I went up there for a little bit of the chocolate cake that we had left over. Oh,
chocolate cake.
That worked out great because I kept eating your leftover pizza.
Wow.
So we're good.
Got plenty of food here.
And can we
Get
just
the
take
pork.
time? I found this awesome Packers stitched clothing at Goodwill
Where'd
for
you get
this
that
is high quality clothing, guys. High quality.
From where? Ross?
It was from Goodwill.
I'm telling you, her husband is going to notice it, miss.
Yeah.
No, he won't.
No, he won't. He
He's
hasn't
in a
woke up
wheelchair.
yet. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here and get these streams uploaded and all that good stuff. Man, y'all were way too calm with the super chats. I'm gonna try to get. Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Oh, that's Mandy's burner, Jeff Wubker. Go to bed, Clayton. All right, shout out to let's see who all we got here. Greg, who became a YouTube member. Clint Armchair Quarterback gifted 5 memberships. We had Josh Martin with the super chat. We had Dan Mullen with the super chat, Jake with the super chat, Randy Steen with the super chat, Biz with the super chat, Jerry Weiss Corbly, who is winning the mock draft contest in our Patreon group.
She wants that Bullard jersey. Yep.
She's gonna get that Bullard jersey. She keeps it up. Next we got Dan Mullen with another super chat. Eldergren been a member for 4 months. All right. I don't even remember what that was.
Emilio Heights gonna lose in the past.
Andy Watkins with the super chat. We had, let's see, Bates with the super chat. Josh Martin with the super chat. Biz with the super chat. Josh Martin again. Josh Martin again. Josh Martin again. Crushing it. United Bates came in here and paid the mortgage for the month. Appreciate
Let's go,
you,
Bates.
Bates.
Nice,
Awesome,
Bates.
man. H.E. Soder with the super chat. And another one here that we just missed, right? Let's hit this.
It,
We'll wrap up
it just
this.
popped up.
Go ahead, Jacob. Read it, man.
H.E. Soder says, it is interesting how Golden might indicate a change in the way the Packers view the draft. Behold the power of Odom, Epps, and Stanley.
That's deep. I'm going to pretend like I know what all that means.
I don't.
Soder is way more educated
Yeah.
than we are, obviously. So, Soder, thank you for the super chat, Bob. We appreciate it. All right, we're out, guys. We will see you. Listen, there's a chance. There's
Oh,
a chance.
here we go again. This cat. I'm telling you, Jacob.
I'm off
last
tomorrow.
night-
I'm off tomorrow. Somebody just
You
take
would
me.
say that, Jacob, because last night we're sitting here. It's midnight. I mean, we're pushing 1 o'clock maybe. Clayton's over here like, yeah, no morning show, no shot, no shot.
Sleeping in.
I'm sleeping in. We're all sleeping in. I wake up at 6, go back to bed. I come out here at 8:30, 8:45. Clayton's literally looking at the screen like, oh, I'm gonna get one done. I'm gonna get a morning show, and Jacob's coming over for 20 minutes. We're just gonna pop one off.
Amelia went. Let me get a cup of coffee.
Let me get a coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's on Tuesday night. I went to bed after we had our stream, or Wednesday night, and I was like, "Any shows tomorrow, Clayton?" Nope. Morning, Clayton calls me. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm on my way to work. I'm leaving the house right now, and he goes, "You want to do a show?" I was like, "Yep."
You quit that job, Dave. You don't need that money.
Yeah, you don't need it.
All right.
All right. That's it, guys. We're out. We will see you definitely tomorrow night. When's it kick off tomorrow?
7, I think again.
Yeah, same as
time?
today. Yep.
Hey, just
Whenever it kicks
FYI,
off, we'll go live 30 minutes.
King's looking for a deep dive on Golden. Maybe a little AM Golden deep dive. That sounded weird when I just said it. But
Are you sure about that, Jacob?
Yeah, our guys better wake up with their piss hot, like I said before. So
Hey, Mike talked about it earlier.
Mike
today.
Cameron called
he said,
it.
He looked at me at the draft. He said, "You know how I feel playing. I want to wide receiver."
He did too. Mike was up there staring at the stage like, I dare you.
Yeah.
I dare
Had
you.
them shoulders all swollen up.
And Mike spotted me out of the crowd too. The first thing he said, "Where's the sombrero?"
He said, I know an illegal when I see one. Well, Mike, thank you, buddy. It was good meeting you today, man. I'm sure we'll see you around this weekend. Hopefully, we get to meet your better half too, man. I think he said she's going to be there at some point.
Nice.
Yeah. But all right, that's it, guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yes, appreciate it.
Probably a morning show. We may do a little deep dive into Matthew, go a little PFF deep dive, all that good stuff. And yeah, and we'll definitely, like I said, 30 minutes before the draft kicks off tomorrow night, we'll be live again. So
Appreciate
what are
all
you
the
laughing at,
viewers.
Jacob? What's your problem?
nothing. There's this comment that I want to put on, but it's so inappropriate I can't.
Yeah, I know. I
Like
see
that
that.
stopped you before.
It's right under the super chat.
Respect
yeah.
oranges. Why don't you get your mind out of the gutter? Golden
Yeah,
Face would be mad at
appreciate
you.
that.
So would Michael Scott.
But thank you to all the viewers, all 6,000 of you. Appreciate everybody, listening, watching. Tune in tomorrow night. We'll be here. Tune in tomorrow morning. We'll be here. I'm guessing Clayton's going to wake up and say, I can do a show. So and Jacob's going to push him. So I'm thinking that.
I was like, I'm sleeping in. I rode over at 7:30 and was like, it's normally 8:30.
Saved an hour.
So you got an hour. Yeah. Nice.
Anyway, we'll see y'all in the morning. Everybody take care.
Appreciate y'all.
And we go.
Bye, guys.